Hey guys, what is going on? It's Obadiah, and today we are back with another episode of Music Girl Hideout. Show where we hang out in Waylon Jennings' old basement studio, maybe unverified, one day to be verified. And hang out with oh, my phone is making the sounds. And hang out with a local artist, entertainer, and more musician, or all of the above. Have a drink, and chill. And one day I will write down exactly what I say in the beginning, so it'll be the same every time.
You know what's the only thing at the same every time? You mentioning how one day it will be the same every time.
Maybe that's our thing. And I'll pass it to Ryan to introduce our guest for today, as always.
Well, today our guest is Mike Ferreira, a.k.a. Stoney Banks.
What up, what up?
Mike is an artist, singer, songwriter. I want to like add a third thing, but I don't know, or a fourth thing.
Buddy Holly expert.
Buddy Holly
as
expert.
we figured out. Historian.
Dignified scholar.
Y'all are going to get me in trouble, man. I'm going to get grilled one day.
And he's from right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we're going to learn all about him tonight. But first, Mike, what are we drinking?
Oh, we've got one
and
of my...
why?
Well, first of all, you guys were really nice enough to say, Mike, what's your favorite alcoholic beverage? Well, we'll get it. And I said, oh, great, Tarkarla.
Tequila.
Anyway.
So
You got some tequila going? We got 100% agave. That was what I specified, and you got it, and it's really good. Ready to go. You got a little grapefruit juice with it. And you told me before we started that it's called a Paloma.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'd been drinking this for years and had no idea. And now I know that.
And now you can order it at bars. I mean, you probably won't order it at bars.
Yeah,
but
maybe
you
not.
Could.
Yeah.
Hey, Bryson B in the chat. Thanks for coming to say what's up. How you doing? But generally, we usually try to start the show, kind of just learn a little about you. So how did you get into music? How did this whole thing start?
How did I get into music? Woo! All right. Yeah, well, one of my best friends when I was growing up in East Nashville in Inglewood was a violinist. He was like 4. No.
I'm like, holy crap, he started young.
No, he did start when he was 4, but I knew him when
crazy.
we were about 5, 6. And he was playing, and I thought that was cool. His daddy played for Randy Travis, but he played classical. Him and his sister were classically trained. And I grew up with them in the 90s, here in town, and I wanted to play violin like my friend. And so I started playing. I wanted to play the fiddle too, so
did you start
rip
learning?
it up. But I learned Suzuki method classical fiddle at like 7 or 8. I started with that. I think it was 8, second grade or something. I was just like, I think I came home one day and was like, I want to play the violin. And so that's how that started. But then it's a long journey from the violin to
guitar
to this to this.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a classical player.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe if you came in wearing a tuxedo.
I played classical music all through school, high school, and everything. And I had a full scholarship to MTSU. And me being who I am, I just bailed on it, dude. I didn't want to play upright bass, which I moved to when I was like in 6th grade in the orchestra, playing like the double bass.
Why'd you switch to the upright?
Because it was more masculine. I thought I wanted to be more of a macho man, like my mustache,
giant instrument rolling it around.
I didn't like this little tiny
wee
violin, even though I was damn good at that violin. No, I wasn't that good. But
the whole world's lost out on your violin playing.
Yeah, I know. It could have been something, but
like, what was your best piece?
Yeah, could you
violin?
actually? You learned for a little while.
I think it was like "Ode to Joy" or something.
Classic.
Nice.
It's like classic music lesson thing to learn. Right?
Right, exactly. And we had to memorize it. She would be like on us, like we had to memorize it and then play it in front of people, like squeaking around, and. I don't know. I think I was in 5th or 6th grade, and I started playing cello a little bit, and I was like, "This is cool." And then, like, my friend was playing bass, and it looked super cool.
And you're like, "This is bigger."
And then my dad is a musician, you know what I mean? So, and he would always be playing, but I'd have that bass in the house, so I'd learn the little honky tonk, like slapping and stuff. But I was doing that for a while, but then simultaneously was learning guitar because it's the same strings and like the same bottom strings on the bass or the same as a guitar.
Right.
And so I started learning chords from my dad. That's a funny story how that happened. I the whole neighborhood. I grew up on a street full of kids, and we would always hang out every weekend. They'd be playing all week. It was like it was like the funnest like youth I could really imagine. But one weekend, one of the dads in the neighborhood took everybody in his van. Like they had a big like conversion van that all the kids would get in. They took everyone in the neighborhood except me to a park like to play. And I don't know, they had a bonfire or something. They were doing something amazingly awesome that I was reminded about for like the next 3 years as a 12-year-old. And I was just like,
that's brutal.
So I was a bit heartbroken to say the least.
Yeah.
So Pops was like, he saw that I was feeling bad. He was home. It was like a Saturday, it was like a beautiful day, Saturday, spring, May or something. It was beautiful. And like, I wanted to play with my friends and they all bailed on me. So I was feeling bad. My dad saw it. He's like, hey, come here, kid. He's from Boston.
I was saying, is that how your dad sounds?
He's like, is your dad Mark Wahlberg? Say hi to your mother.
Sure, yeah, you could say that sort of. No. I actually got a tangent on that, but let's continue with this. He's from Boston. He's like, son, come here. I'll show you something. So he brings me down to his little man cave he had going, and he had a big old PV amp and
nice.
I think he had a.
This is back in the day. This is pre-man cave.
This is like when it wasn't. It was just a basement.
Before men were just relegated to one room in their life because their wives had the rest of the house.
It was just back when we had a natural tendency to create caves. But
it
before
was literally a cave. It was a basement with like dirt walls and shit, and like he just would have his couch down there and
just
like
a loud ass like PV half stack or what?
Oh yeah, no, one and a half stack. It was just one of those big old like old school like double speaker joints, like super loud. Super, you could really turn it up anyway. So he had this old 60s guitar too that he was playing with, whatever. He plugged it in. He's like, check it out, plugs it in for me. He's like, he shows me how to play an E chord and A chord and B chord, which is, Wild Thing ultimately. And like, we always listen to Hendrix and stuff. And it's like Hendrix and Hank Williams was like always on the radio. And so he had me take the guitar. I'm like, rah, rah, and he's like, check it out. He's like, hold the guitar close to the amp, and like turns it way up, and I'm like, yo, and I'm like, whoa, dude, like, boom, 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 And so then he's like, showing me Wild Thing, whatever, and that was it. That was the guitar. That was it. I was like, oh, this is the juice. This is the real.
That's why everybody says this is way cooler than everything else.
This is the juice right here. This is it. So
I would like to invent an ending to that story. And right then, when you had that moment, your dad leaned into you and whispered into your ear, "It's like, fuck the fucking park."
What? Bach?
Oh, the park. You can't understand through my thick.
The park. Oh yeah, I was like,
because all the kids went to the
Bach
park.
too. Fuck the park.
And the
Title of the episode already.
And the very next scene is you on stage just ripping it for 10,000 people.
Hey.
It's like the intro to a documentary for sure.
Yeah, with a locket on around your neck with the picture of your dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's sweet. He would be excited to hear that.
We just wrote your life.
I know.
Wow.
So that's it. That's the guitar story, and then went on to play a talent show like in 6th grade that year, and like I was kind of an outcast because I was like a new kid. My parents transferred me like from the other side of town because we were kind of on like the poorer side of town. There was like a lottery for.
Was this in Inglewood?
Yeah, I'm in Inglewood. Yeah.
Tell me what street, because I used to live in Inglewood.
I grew up on Howard, and I live on. Let's not.
I lived on Trinity. I lived on Trinity Lane. In between Dickerson and Gallatin.
Okay. Yeah,
Is that close to where you were?
Yeah, that's close to where I live now, actually. Yeah, I live in Inglewood still to this day. But I love Inglewood, man. That's where I was, when I learned how to play that Wild Thing and stuff. And then we learned like beach songs, like surf songs, Beach Boys were a big influence on me. In my very beginning, when I first learned how to play. So we played like those surf songs from the 60s and stuff, and Wild Thing, I think. And that was about it on the talent show, and we crushed it. But like, it was kind of how I became accepted in my elementary school. It was over on this side of town. It's kind of, we're over here near like, what do you call it, Belmont and stuff like that. It's like, that's where the school was. And anyway, yeah.
Nice.
That
Well,
was
that's cool.
It was Aiken Elementary, and I was like a new kid in like 5th grade. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a rough time
Like,
to be a new kid.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't good. Like I had a really rough time getting like acclimated in there, but then ended up taking it over as a rock star.
Nice.
So anyway, that was
Okay.
cool.
So we're at 5th grade, but can we have you play a song and just show the people a little bit what you sound like today, and then come
Yes.
back to the story?
Because so we
Sure.
always send kind of a little mini questionnaire, as you know, for
Yeah.
people to fill out so we have a little bit of background. And you listed your genre as country reggae,
Yeah.
which I heard a little bit of what you're doing when we were mic checking, but it seems like a very large jump from a PV amp rocking out listening to Hendrix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can get into all that if
Yes.
y'all want to hear this.
Well, let's hear a song first, and then let's get into it because I'm definitely curious.
I'm
and I've
really
never heard
enjoying this
anyone.
story, so I don't want to skip to country reggae till the
All right,
it's time.
we'll work our way.
But
We'll
we're
work our
gonna
way
hear
there.
a prelude.
I got you. Sure, yeah.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Let's just do a nice little quick one that's on.
But before you play anything, we have to hear Wild Thing. Yeah.
I don't even know if I remember that one, man.
You said EAB.
Yeah.
Really quizzing.
Wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy, baby. Wild thing. Anyway, Hendrix Wild Thing.
All right. So what song of I assume one of your songs you're playing for us?
Yeah, I was playing some of the Stoney Banks. It's the new kind of project I've been working on the last year.
Okay.
It's kind of, like I said, country reggae. So
All right.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I've been playing music a lot, so I've been around, the country and the world, and everywhere I go, they're like, I like reggae. So we'll get to that, but I've been playing reggae, right? But everywhere I go, they ask, "Can you play some chicken fried? Can you play some, play some Johnny Cash for us, man?" And other countries, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
So, and it goes over well. And so I learned all that country stuff, and I love country music. So I've been, I've always listened to it too, like in the background, guilty pleasure, you know what I mean? So anyway, y'all want to hear a little ditty? Is that what is that?
Yeah, it's up to you.
All right, well, let's start it out with a little. We played Whiskey Jam the other day on Monday, so we'll just start with the one we started, that one. It was really fun. We had a whole band and everything backing up, and it was
All
really
right,
cool. Stoney
let's do
Banks in full effect, you know what I'm saying? So. Sundays, no Chick-fil-A. Riding out this heat wave in that box fan, just ain't enough to cool you off, so I'll pick you up and take you to a place where there ain't no sand. Just all our wild friends in a reggae band. We'll soak up the sun, work on your tan, float in the water with a drink in your hands. So let's keep it cool, yeah. Party by the pool, yeah. It ain't just the sun burning, babe, I'm burning for you. Someone else cannonball, we jump into. Let's keep it cool, yeah. Party by the pool. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. There's a nice bucket in an inner too. My captain's hat on to get you in the mood. Tiki torches pop in the center, citronella, pineapple umbrella with my country Cinderella. This ain't a cruise, no, we don't have a boat. You're looking straight, flying that flamingo float. Let's cool off in the deep end. It's gonna be a real long weekend, yeah. Let's keep it cool, yeah. Party by the pool, yeah. It ain't just the sun burning, babe, I'm burning for you. Someone else cannonball, we jump into. Let's keep it cool, yeah. Party by the pool. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. No matter what we do, we always keep it cool, party by the pool, yeah. It ain't just the sun burning, babe, I'm burning for you. Someone yells cannonball, we jump into. Let's keep it cool, yeah. Party by the pool. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh.
These two. So we gotta press all the buttons after, like switch from like music mode back to talking mode.
That's all right, man. You guys are, you guys are doing the damn thing.
Bam. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
That's called Party by the Pool. It's my
by-
wife's favorite track.
Oh,
That's
wow.
great, man.
Yeah, it sounds great.
What you don't know is my last name's Pool, and the Wi-Fi here is called.
Not anymore. Now you changed it.
Now they're gonna
you
hack
changed it.
in.
I changed it.
Yeah.
I
Oh
didn't
no.
change
Oh, it was the password. Never mind.
Yeah, never mind. It is the password.
I mean, nothing.
Whatever.
That has nothing to do with pools.
It's pool party plus a series of numbers is the Wi-Fi
I got you.
password. Also, when I moved away from Nashville back to San Diego, the party, my going away party was called the pool party. So anyway, there's just that song
There's
hits
an
straight to
instant-
the heart.
Something
Just
is
connected.
when the universe gives you a sign, you know you're in the right place. you know?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, there you go. That's one of the latest tunes that we've been messing with, and
Now, have you guys recorded anything yet?
yes, yeah, it's all on SoundCloud, and
Okay.
there's some video on YouTube, and then snippets on Instagram, Stoney Banks Music, Facebook page, all that stuff, MySpace,
Now, you sent me the
Friendster,
Facebook page.
Napster.
Napster.
No, we ain't on Napster yet.
One day.
One you can only aspire. Livewire,
Yeah, LimeWire. Oh yeah,
LimeWire, yeah.
LimeWire.
What was it?
The torrents.
Yeah.
Can we
I
torrent
don't know
you?
what you're talking about, sir.
That is part of the dark
That is
web.
illegal.
Nobody need torrents anymore with
Because it's so easy to get things now.
Yeah.
I know. I used to download movies all the
Thanks,
time.
Spotify.
Sorry. Yeah, I used to illegally download all my shit.
Yeah, remember when you had to try?
I've never pirated anything ever in my whole life.
And that's the story we're sticking to. I love that this is so close to like getting in the direction of the hey, let's not talk about this topic on the show. And we're like slowly drifting.
Let's not talk about the dark web. Speaking of, I watched a video earlier this week
dear
where
Lord.
somebody ordered a mystery package from the dark web.
So stupid.
It was kind of murdery. Anyway, so you were in middle school. You found acceptance through the guitar, as I recall. It was
That's
fifth grade.
correct, sir.
You played a talent show.
I was kind of a little
Take us from there.
shit, dude. I ain't gonna lie, too. So I think I got body slammed by like the quarterback one time for stealing his shoes or something. I think I was that guy.
doing some dick thing. Yeah.
I was kind of a dick, let's be honest. I was a dick of a fifth grader. Sixth grade, I think I started mellowing out, though. That's when the talent show came. But yeah, anyway, my dad actually showed up for the talent show. He paint houses, man, and he also is an artist, and his pictures are in Douglas Corner to this day. And
That's really?
Robert's Western Wear, they're all up in the top. If you ever see the Western type pictures up in Roberts, and he's got some pictures at Third and Lindsley. I think all three of those places have had his.
That's super
Have
cool.
had his like paintings, like he's did like.
You have to check those out.
Yeah, they're really cool. I think they're great.
Yeah, I've been to Roberts a ton, but never.
Yeah, if you notice,
There's a ton of pictures in there, so it's hard to
if
know.
you look up at the top, there's like these canvases that are obviously like kind of cartoony looking acrylic paintings, and
Yeah.
that's him. Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't been down there in a while, but I think they're still there, man. I mean, last time I was there,
That's cool.
and for all I know, they should be still there because they've been there for like 30 years. No,
That's
like
crazy.
20 years.
It's
yeah.
a long time. Either
Yeah.
way, it's a long.
It's a
time.
long ass time. I can't believe like I've been here for a while in Nashville. He moved here when I was like 4. To do music, songwriting, and pursue his musical thing. He was playing rockabilly in like San Francisco.
That's super
where he met my mom, and then I was conceived, as it were. And I was born in San Francisco, and then we moved to Oregon when I was like 2 months old, and then we lived there till I was like 3.5, 4. Then we moved to Shelby Park in the early 90s.
Wow.
And it was like Not the Shelby Park you know today in Nashville. It's pretty, pretty nice and chill. It was more of a crackhead situation going.
Classic crackhead situation.
Nice.
I think we had people like knocking on our door at 3 a.m. and shit, and like, But we moved here to chase my dad's dream of songwriting. He ended up being just an artist. He's still a great songwriter, still writes and stuff, but he just wasn't really, he'll tell you straight up, like he just didn't like the politics of doing, He just wanted someone to grab one of his hits that he wrote, man, one of them undeniable hits, so like, and just pick it up and go with it, like, dealing with all these other egos and stuff in town wasn't for him, so but that's part of the game.
When was he here like actively trying to write? Was it the 90s?
It was the 90s. Yeah,
that was like a different time for Nashville.
I know, right? Yeah, much different. Yeah, and I mean, him being a super thick Boston accent, he didn't get much, people really didn't play on that too much, I mean,
right.
And then
it's a little aggressive for the South.
Yeah, at that time, I think, and a little resentment, going on for the Yankees and stuff still. I mean, there might still, I don't know. Who knows? I don't want to get into that.
There might still be, but they just
he
hide
felt
now.
like there was a little resentment, but I don't really know. I never felt uneasy or nothing around here. I mean, I'm from here, but growing up, I guess I was a little different because I was from the West Coast. I mean, from being 4, but like, I didn't know any different, you know what I mean, being a little kid, but my accent isn't super strong, but when I go to other places, if I go to Boston, they're like, Tennessee, what are you doing? I'm like, chill out, guys. It's not that crazy. Do I really sound that Southern? No. That's not how I talk for real. Anyway.
We'll see what comes out after a couple drinks.
Yeah, right? I know,
To my
right?
Californian ear, you just went from one kind of Tennessee voice to a different kind
whole
of
different
Tennessee
kind.
voice.
I'm like, hold on, fellas.
Wow.
Like your name definitely changed from Mike to Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
Or some other just two first name.
No.
Which is really weird.
Mikely Bob.
Mikely Bob. Hey, good old
Sorry.
Mikely Bob.
So I believe you were at the challenge show.
That's correct, sir.
How did you meet Jut?
Well,
We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead
No,
of ourselves.
that's a good story too, though. We got all night, ladies and gentlemen. How many people can y'all see? How many people are watching? Or
Currently live is 8 people on Twitch.
nice. What's up, 8 people
Hello,
on
8
Twitch?
people.
What's good? What's good?
If y'all have any questions or song requests, we know that we can at least play Wild Thing.
Yep.
Maybe several other. Were you ever a Broadway musician?
Not much. Not like in the traditional sense.
Yeah, you probably don't have. Do you have like 500 covers that you know?
I mean, not 500. I got about 60. I can do
It's
it.
pretty solid.
I'll do it. I just got offered a gig actually. Anyway, and it's
Like,
like
if I must.
it's for nothing. It's for nothing. So I can't really fuck with it. But yeah. Want to jump from the 6th grade?
No.
We
Sixth
have
grade.
started
Go back,
Sequel in the
go
6th
back.
grade.
We'll work to how you met Jet.
Sure, we'll go over this
That's not
stuff
a
pretty
starter.
quick. A lot didn't happen for many years, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How did this? So you were a classically trained violinist. Now you're playing guitar and the upright bass. Where did it go next?
Well, yeah. So in middle school and all that, I played upright bass for like 6 years, from 7th to 12th
Damn.
grade, and I got like first chair MTSU, whatever. Not MTSU, but like mid state in high schools. Like, yeah, I got to try out and stuff, but. Yeah, I don't know. I got first chair a couple times, so I was pretty like good at it, and I liked it okay, you know, and it was cool. It was a cool thing to do, other than whatever like study hall or do some other crap. I didn't know what they had, or playing band for that matter. I even wanted to switch at one point to play drums in band, and like felt like the band directors were dicks, and so I was like,
It's true.
so fuck it. I said fuck that. Anyway,
Have you seen Whiplash?
yeah, a little bit. I don't think I've seen the whole thing or something. I probably fell asleep.
It's
or
so good.
I've heard,
I know you said
I've heard
band
good
directors being
things.
dicks and drums. And immediately I just went to Whiplash. That's what Whiplash is.
I actually play drums too. I play in an Elvis band.
An Elvis
We
band?
play on actually March 22nd. To do a shameless plug at,
Here locally?
Yeah, Twin Kegs 2 over on Hermitage Avenue, I think.
Twin Kegs.
Wait, I think I've been to Twin Kegs 1.
Yeah, that's a different one. Twin Kegs 2 is a little further down from downtown. But yeah, I played drums in an Elvis band also.
Nice.
for
That's
fun.
awesome.
It's my buddy, and like he Well, my friend's a guitar player. He introduced me to Elvis, so that's how I know everybody in the band, whatever. But they're some just good friends. We just have a blast just being silly and like, you know, he dresses in the whole Elvis thing, and he's an older gentleman, and he rips it up, dude. He's older Elvis, you know what I'm saying? And he gets the whole jumpsuit though, and like
fat drugged out Elvis.
Yeah,
that one?
like and this is a show. You guys got to come. I mean, I don't know.
That actually sounds super awesome.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, March 22nd. If anybody sees this before then, who would like to go to Elvis, you're more than invited.
2019. So if you're listening to this in like 100
yeah,
years,
you might not. Yeah, you
might not work out. But just for the record,
we're curious. Have
March
you guys
22nd.
heard of Elvis in
21? Yeah, the year 3000.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, I was talking to y'all about. I went to the Buddy Holly tribute band last night, and my friend plays in, and yeah. I don't think people know who Buddy Holly is. He was joking about how when he was down at Myrtle Beach or something doing a gig, and he was hanging out with the Elvis impersonator and Rod Stewart impersonator, and like so he's at the bar. He thinks it's hilarious, it's fun, and like this woman walks up and is like, Elvis and Rod Stewart. And their manager, like did not know who Buddy Holly. And I thought about it. I was like, dude, people don't know who the fuck Buddy Holly is. But it was a great show anyway last night.
I feel like
really
Buddy
fun.
Holly's more famous than Rod Stewart.
Dude, I mean,
But maybe that's just my world.
Who knows, man? Yeah.
Well, you think about looks, the image of.
Buddy
Would you
Holly's
recognize a
very
Buddy
specific. Like
Holly
there's a
image?
style of glasses that are his.
Yeah, but it's also kind of the hipster style of glasses, like going towards that direction now.
Hipsters ruined.
Who
Hipsters
hipsters ruined Buddy Holly?
they appropriated Buddy Holly's culture. All right, I didn't mean to go there. Anyway, as I sing reggae country. Nah, it's all good though.
Let's talk about appropriation. Wait, what is everybody's views on Trump here? Just really quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never. We will never
talk about that on
We
this
will
show.
never.
Not
No,
one
it's not
time.
worth it, man. It's not worth it. We can have way more fun talking about this Carla and whatever.
Ohms watch because he loves Weezer, Buddy Holly's song.
Yeah.
but he doesn't really know anything about Buddy Holly.
Ooh-wee-oo.
The actual Buddy Holly.
Yeah, well, how old are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
Is a good
Ohms Watch?
question.
That's a good question.
Who, me?
No,
We're talking
the
to
guy
the chat right now.
Sorry,
Okay,
yeah, you're like, what the hell are they talking about? I was just finding some guy who said,
Come on,
he
old
loves
man,
this-
we're talking to the internet. 30. Oh, what country are you in?
that you don't know who.
Are you in the
much about
US?
Buddy Holly?
This guy.
Well, no. To be fair, if you think about it, like you are doing music things.
Yeah.
I
USA.
the
Okay.
USA, I not really doing music things outside
We're
of this
the
podcast.
same age. Yeah.
I mean, I used to play guitar, but I used to be, do music things.
I don't know
so
how to say his name.
Ohms Watch.
Ohms Watch.
But we generally, so it makes sense that we would know. But think about like your normal 30-year-old person who grew up listening to just Nirvana and then went straight into pop punk.
Oh yeah, if there was no Buddy Holly, there'd be no Beatles, and there'd be no Beatles, there'd be no
Yeah.
Nirvana.
But
I mean,
the thing
so
is, they
on
don't
and so
know
forth.
that.
Yeah,
You know, they
Yeah,
don't know
that's
that.
fine, yeah.
How would they
No
know
music.
that?
Hey, and you know what, man? I'm just gonna tell this, but hey, all respect to Buddy Holly, but I want to say he was in the right place at the right time, except for the.
Then he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. It's a crushing. It's sad, man. Honestly, because he was super like his songwriting was way ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? Like he was way ahead of his time as far as I'm concerned. I mean, and then also like struck down way too early, man. Obviously, which is.
Would you ever
man,
wonder though,
bummer,
all these
yeah.
musicians who die young, what if they got really old though, and then sucked when they were old?
that always happens.
Right?
Their music always sucks when they're old.
Like, did you ever see videos of Chuck Berry playing before he died? Like, he died a couple years ago, like 2-3 years ago. Like, it was fairly recent.
Okay.
I saw
nah,
videos of
you
him
know.
playing, like, at that time.
Well, I mean,
it was rough. I mean, everyone, he still packed out whatever he...
Sure.
Because it's Chuck Berry.
Right.
But, like, he played Johnny B. Good, but he couldn't actually play Johnny B. Good anymore. So he would just play, like, the down notes, like the one... You know?
yeah.
That's like all he could play. And it was like, that's cool. You could still go see him play live, but also it's sad. Yeah.
Could he still sing?
Kinda.
A lot of old
It didn't.
musicians
He could not
sorta
sing well
lose it,
anymore.
man.
No,
Like,
he couldn't sing well anymore.
man, you know, you can't be.
There you
I
go,
mean,
Watch.
we all are gonna. You know, no one gets out alive. you
But
know.
Buddy Holly will forever be remembered in
Right.
his prime.
Sure. Yeah.
Same
I
as
mean,
Kurt.
Sure.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimmy.
Bradley Noel, Sublime. I mean, he
Yeah.
had just begun. Like, that's probably my favorite band. So you guys want to keep
Yeah.
going?
It's
also
to
my
get to this
dad's-
reggae
It's
shit?
my dad's favorite band too.
No shit. Your dad must be
Sublime
my
and
age.
then Korn. Yeah. How old do you think I am? How young do you think I am?
Did he practice Santeria?
No,
Yeah,
he did
got no crystal ball.
not. He didn't. He did
Can
not.
you prove that?
I
Did
want to
he
know.
ever say that?
Okay, you guys think I'm crazy with this reggae country, but how many times have you guys, probably not too many times do you go down Broadway, but okay, I get it. But maybe you've been down there a couple
few times.
times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A bunch of times.
But I mean, how many times do you hear Bob Marley and Santeria and Sublime, What I Got, playing in more than one bar? Like, I've literally been driving down Broadway and heard it in bong, 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 like 3 bars. I'm like, Bob Marley's
It's in stereo.
3 Little Birds. I'm like, bong. I'm like, Santeria. I'm like, What I Got across the street. Like, 3-dimensional reggae rock, in Nashville country music.
Yeah.
And how many friends do I know? I'm like, we're chilling, listening to their playlist. It goes from Luke Bryant to Slightly Stupid. You know what I'm saying? To, to Dirty Heads to
It is
Sublime.
like kind of a similar cross section. Like the people who like reggae do tend to like country. I feel like, even though they're very different.
Huh.
But I don't know. I have
Well,
one
reggae is
friend
country
back
music
home
of
in my
Jamaica,
head.
kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Actually,
it's,
Ohmswatch just said if you go to Jamaica, you just hear it everywhere. It's just
Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, which I guess makes sense, but
country music's everywhere, man. My manager just went to Cuba and said the guys were listening to Chase Rice and all these people and stuff, and I was like, wow. He was like impressed that they knew it in Cuba.
well, growing up in San Diego, at least I grew up in the city of San Diego. You go out a little further east, not really San Diego.
Okay.
In the country.
But I grew up in the
Same.
city. In the city, everybody hated country. And country was like you ask them what kind of music they like. I like everything except country.
Oh, that's
And
totally
that was
yeah.
the thing,
I mean,
right?
that was kind of the thing. When I was in high school, I would have to say it, but I'd be listening to
Right.
country on the low.
But you'd
I
be
was
like,
a
I
down low
was in the
country
country.
fan.
Yeah. And I grew up. I've hated country growing up. Big part probably because of that.
I liked Alan Jackson and Hank Williams and shit, man, growing up. So I it was on the low though. Like let's say.
Yeah. But I did notice a few years before we moved away, country started becoming more popular out there. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, and I've
It's
heard
way more popular.
I read something recently that was like the demographic of country music is becoming way more city, like in coastal. The coastal cities is like the numbers are going way up, and those people got money, baby. So, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it became pretty cool. It started being more poppy. Keith Urban came around, kind of.
Rascal Flatts was kind of the
Rascal
first
Flatts,
big
sure,
one
right on.
for me that I heard.
Sure.
Because it wasn't country music. It's rock music with swing.
Yeah, you can swallow it a
Yeah.
little more easy than
Now, to be clear, I'm still not a huge country fan.
We
We
were in a country band together for a while.
We were not in a country band.
That song's great though.
We were in a pop country band.
We were not even in a pop country band.
It was.
We were in a band where the singer really wanted to be Taylor Swift, and we all wanted to play rock music,
Okay.
and we were labeled as pop country, and the recordings have a banjo on them. But when we played live, it didn't sound pop country at all. It just sounded like generic rock music. We were not very good.
I think whatever.
We were not very good.
Whatever.
We were terrible.
We were great. We were one of the best.
We were
one of the best pop country bands in all of San Diego.
That's probably true.
California.
That's probably true.
Okay.
Maybe the best.
Maybe the only one.
Maybe the
Right?
only
Yeah,
one.
because everybody's playing. Everybody's skanking out there.
You can Google us.
It's all white
the
boy
Danny
reggae.
Marie Band. Google
That's what
it.
I was. I mean, let's be honest. That's what That's kind of what I've been kind of doing. That whole thing, rock reggae. Country. Within those, playing bars. I'm playing all the covers. So it's like I'm playing Big Green Tractor and Stir It Up. What I got, all that stuff, man, and just like writing my own stuff, and just that country melody stuff has just crept in, and it's just a vision. I was having a dream, and I was like listening to reggae, and then like this dobro came in, just like and a little rolling banjo with the chink, chink, chink. So mix it all together, and it fucking
Makes sense.
I don't know. We tried it and it sounded pretty cool, and we got some new stuff coming out, Stoney Banks music and stuff.
So who all's in Stoney Banks? That's a group. It's not just you, right?
Yeah, there's
It's
a whole band. We got a dobro. We got guitar, drums, bass.
It's a great name. Where'd that name come from?
chilling on the lake, just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never chilled by any lake. I grew up by the
what?
beach.
Okay. Well, you're in Nashville, man. You gotta.
I've still never gone to a lake.
You
They
gotta-
terrify me.
The house
Really?
I was
Here's
checking out
why.
today,
Yeah.
so
By the lake?
it's right by the lake.
Here's
It's
the thing,
like
though.
half mile or
Lakes
less.
are terrifying because I don't know what's in there. You can't see through the water. It's all green and slimy.
You know what's
Just
not?
bass.
There's no sharks.
There's
There's
no-
no sharks.
Okay, first of all, nothing wrong with sharks, but there's no sand. It's mud,
Oh, there's
right?
something wrong with sharks. They will eat you.
It's mud, but the floor is mud, right?
Yeah.
It's not sand, like clean,
yeah,
beautiful sand. It's like nasty, disgusting mud.
Yeah, that's why you just
and
float.
green slime.
That's why you just put on a.
And water snakes. Water snakes way worse than sharks.
You get your life jacket and you put it on underneath, and you call it an Oklahoma diaper, and you just float in the water next to the boat. There ain't no snakes out there in the middle of the lake, man. It's nice and it's cool. It's
Loch Ness
chill.
monster coming out of nowhere, eating you and shit.
You
Look.
might just get some bluegill tickling your toes, buddy.
But so in San Diego, there's a place up kind of a little past La Jolla or near La Jolla, which you don't know where that is. But I mean, you do because you also.
I've heard of that though. My
La
uncle
Jolla.
actually lives in San Diego.
It's,
but
do you know anything
Really?
about golf?
no.
Torrey Pines is like a famous golf course in the same
yeah,
area.
I know.
Yeah,
That's cool
but,
though.
But when you go there,
He lives in PB.
there's a place you can swim down
Nice.
at
PB.
PB.
Yeah.
I was just talking about PB earlier today.
PB is
I couldn't be wrong,
connected to
though.
La Jolla.
Sorry, man. My
PB is
bad.
like right down the street from La Jolla, yeah. But there's
Okay.
a place you can swim down, at least, I did this one time in my life. I don't know if it's always this way. And there's little leopard sharks.
Oh, nice.
Now, leopard sharks are like this big,
Oh, okay.
okay? They're little guys. They can get a little longer.
For those listening to the podcast,
Yeah.
he indicated with his hands
yard.
about 3 to 4 feet.
Yeah, they're a yard or longer. But they're sharks.
Sure.
But they're scared of people. So you like, as a kid, what we did was we swim down there and like touch them. Be like, who could touch a shark?
Oh,
so you
man.
touch them and then they just run away. Like
I
they're not
just
trying
want
to.
to mention, I also grew up in the same place, and I don't think I've
did
ever
you
been
never-
out seeing a shark.
No, it's
I
like
surfed all through
there's
high
like
school.
an area where this
I
happens.
not ever saw a shark.
Yeah, I think
heard
it's like
of people
right
seeing
north
a
of
shark.
like Seal Beach. Like they're little baby sharks. There's a bunch of them. Like a snorkel or something.
I only
touch
went
them.
I only
swim
went where
away.
you could surf.
Yeah, well.
I never saw a shark. Everybody told me they saw a
So,
shark.
so
I
I'm
never
fine with
seen a shark.
sharks. And then you hear about the occasional like great white in the area, but they don't come close to the land, you know? And so I hear that, I'm fine. I can see through the water pretty good. You go to a lake, can't see shit. There's mosquitoes.
There's just some
So many
crappie,
bugs.
bro. There's a couple crappie in there.
I don't even know
a
what
couple
that means, but I'm
largemouth
sure-
bass.
Okay, largemouth bass.
Crappie is the only
fish.
Oh,
thing.
it's a
No.
fish. Yeah, they're gonna get you.
My
Watch
dad-
out for those.
My dad fishes for those.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They have
and
ocean
all
ones?
fish.
Yeah, your dad fishes for everything.
No, he fishes lakes too.
except for men.
What?
He's not a fisher of men.
Hashtag my dad and Bible reference.
But anyway,
You guys
deep.
want me to start talking like my dad again?
yeah. I like your dad's voice.
The hell are you guys talking about? You three idiots sitting there like you fucking bumps on a log. I don't know.
but
Fucking.
Anyways.
maybe- wait, hold on. Maybe I could do a Boston accent.
you can't. You always think you can do accents. You can do two accents real good,
Wait, what
and
two
they
can I
all
do?
sound like that.
What can I do?
Generic European, which sounds like mostly English with a little other. And I was giving you credit with two. I can't even think of a second one.
Like a Dutchman?
I just want.
And then every other accent sounds just like
I
that.
just want you to know. I once gave my British accent to a British person, and they were like, "Man, that's pretty good." And then he was like, "The only
That's
thing
his
is your
British accent.
age."
Did you hear that?
It was not.
Hold
That
on, we
was
have
just-
a British person watching right now. Bryson, Ryan's gonna do a British accent.
Oh, he's Bryson, is it? Oh, sorry.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And let's see how it goes.
Omswag. He does know. Omswag.
Yeah, he said he heard a Buddy Holly song and knew Ohms Watch. Yeah,
Holmes watches
he
is hanging. What's up,
yeah,
dog?
he's chilling.
Is Bryson still here?
Yeah, he said he's listening, but he's also playing gay video games at the same time. He said so he can't chat.
I see.
But he's listening.
Well, he can chime in on my accent.
Yeah, let's hear the accent.
Sorry.
All right, let's go.
He's-
Hold on,
no
hold on,
excuses.
Drum roll.
It's been a while.
No, so. Well, shit, I was going to do Australian. That's fucked up.
His Australian
You guys
just
know
sounds
that's
the same.
My Australians know it's completely different. You don't even
It's
know.
the same accent.
You don't know. You know nothing about me.
Well, let's hear it.
Yeah,
Hold on,
there's a lot of delay.
So one of my accents I try to do is a bit like Russell Brand, and what Russell Brand does is he talks kind of fast, and he talks about like Justin Bieber and the fucking newspapers again. And this kid's got everything. He's got wealth. He's got papers.
Now
he's
switch
got
to Australian.
knowledge. It's not Australian. It's Russell
switch
Brand.
to Australian.
Australian is quite different. This is Russell Brand, okay? And he talks fast, and he's talking about the dark web, and he's talking about Trump, and he's talking about the internet, he's talking about Justin Bieber, and all these things coming together. All these things. And it's like, you've got a number of... Now, the other voice I do is a bit more like Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais, he talks more nasally and talks like this. It's completely different.
Pretty
You guys
damn
know each
similar.
other. It's quite
It's a
different.
nuance.
It's
You're
Ricky
actually
Gervais.
really fucking
Bryson
good at that.
said,
It's new,
Bryson said, that's not Russell Brand.
Well, Bryson, you don't know shit.
as if he's talking like this. Let me
This
show
is
you shoes.
literally Ricky Gervais's laugh. So if you don't know Ricky Gervais, that's literally how he laughs. It's like this. Ricky
man.
Gervais. The other voice I tried to do is Jude Law. Jude Law talks more like this. He talks a bit low. And he's got a bit of a thing like
But you
this.
hear how these are all the same?
No, I tell you, it's like the Baudelaire children. Jay just doesn't have a fucking ear. This is
The
Jude
Baudelaire
Law.
children? From a series of
Baudelaire
unfortunate
children.
events?
Did you know that Jude Law was the actual narrator of that first movie?
I didn't. It was a terrible movie.
That wasn't as
Look.
good as the Russell Brand, but it sounded good. Man. That was
Okay.
hilarious.
Then,
Bryson says that's the same voice.
it's not the same
and
voice.
he's an authentic British person in Britain
You know
right
anything,
now.
Bryson.
I
You're
got
just
the
backing
best.
up your boy.
You got the best?
I got
All right,
the
let's
best
hear it.
British
Let's hear it.
voice for you. It's more like Amy Winehouse or something. She sings.
All right, I'm not gonna do no more of that.
But it's been confirmed by a British person. Same voice.
Oh, you could talk like the Beatles.
That's right.
Oh, the Beatles are. That's
The
a little
Beatles
different.
of Liverpool. I had a math teacher from Liverpool in 7th grade. Would you like to hear about her?
No, which
Bryson
Beatle?
says that's better.
Which Beatle are you doing?
That's just like the fifth Beatle.
It's just the general amalgamation of all the Beatles.
Joel.
Now, sometimes I like to do a bit where I talk about the Beatles, and this is more like my Paul McCartney
That's a good
voice.
Paul McCartney voice.
And Paul McCartney talks about, when I was writing Hey Jude, I thought this song, it needs
Paul, you didn't write Hey Jude. I wrote Hey Jude. That's Lennon.
Paul McCartney really, Jude.
John,
just feuded
I don't
over.
think that voice is appropriate here today.
Wasn't it originally about? Wasn't it originally Hey Jules?
I'm alive and
I
you're
heard that
dead,
was
John.
originally Hey Jules.
Holy
It was
shit.
about like one of their nephews.
I'm
They
John
changed it to
Lennon.
be Jude or some shit.
That's more. That's
You
more.
want to hear my John Lennon impression?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
More than anything. Are you gonna play the piano? There's no mics over there. They're not gonna be able to hear you sing.
That was
That's
really
my
good.
fucking John Lennon impression.
There you go. John Lennon songwriter competition. I actually won a John Lennon songwriter competition.
Really?
To
And you weren't John Lennon?
toot my own horn yet again.
Toot it, bitch. Toot it.
It was a hip hop song. It was like it cost $30, right? You gotta submit it, and I think I was like one of the only people to submit a hip hop.
'Cause it cost $30.
Hip hop and John Lennon songwriter competition, and I won like second place or something. They sent me like some software and like a gift card to
But do
Guitar
you still
Center.
know the song?
I do. You want me to play?
More than
Actually,
anything.
I don't. Let me see, man. Oh God, you guys got me fucked up.
We give you tequila. That's it. We whatever we want.
I don't remember how it goes. It was like, you're listening, and I just hope you're listening. And I know for sure I'm gonna get in one day for sure before I'm finished. I just hope you're listening. Anyway, that was about all I remember of it. Sorry, Podcastville. We fucked you on that one. I know. I think my wife's listening. I'm sorry, honey. That was embarrassing.
Though,
She can't
It's
go
like-
to work tomorrow now.
cover her face in shame.
If you're listening to this, then you know what my mission is. It's to drop hot tracks on all these lame cats. And if something, I don't know. I don't really care if the label calls back or something.
Boats and hoes.
I was rapping. This was like 2010 or something. I was rapping my ass off.
Though to be fair to all y'all's accents, Ewan's, I have heard Bryson do an American accent,
It's shit.
and it sounds a lot. He might as well be saying yeehaw. You know what I mean? Like yee, and I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah.
Ha.
Sorry to sidetrack it with that horrible song. That I
No,
don't
that's
remember.
good. Yeah.
It's a great song,
I can tell. Kind
but
of.
it wasn't finished.
Fair enough.
properly.
Hey, but you got second place. Got some software and a gift card.
Yeah,
Can't beat
dog.
that. It was probably trash software.
It was, you know what? I have it in my drawer to this day. It's called Sibelius Plus or something.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like for making music,
Yeah,
like,
it's for, like,
actual
notation.
music notation.
so you actually
Yeah.
just still have the same software that you won.
Yes.
How many years ago?
I think this was like 2010, 2011 or something.
Okay.
Can you pass the Paloma?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, so
Well, hell yeah,
only
man, I'm having
one
a- yeah.
time ever have we not finished an entire bottle of liquor on this show.
You guys are going in,
And
dude.
the only reason is because the guy got so drunk he passed out while in the middle of the interview. Or at the end of the interview.
Oh my goodness.
That was the night?
That was the night we didn't finish the whole bottle.
Well,
No pressure.
We once finished the whole bottle and then
Drank a
more
6-pack.
beer.
But that was like the 5-hour episode. We don't do that anymore.
We are a professional podcast.
I got it. I see it, guys. You guys are crushing it. It's not like what you guys are doing here. It's fucking cool, man. Hey, that's what it takes, man. You gotta hustle, dude. Set up the shit, get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? This town.
Free alcohol makes our podcast one of the best, I would say. We're probably the only one. Right? We're probably the only
No,
one.
Joe Rogan provides alcohol.
Does he really?
At least I've seen people drink on his show.
I mean, he provided weed to Elon Musk. He's just like,
Oh, I loved
fucking,
him then.
the
Yeah.
fucking robots are coming, and
Dude, yeah, that was a-
I
that was a
I
great-
tried to sound the alarm, but
Not that
they
I'm
wouldn't
trying to
listen.
promote the Joe Rogan
And,
podcast on our show, but
Anyway,
it's
now
great.
I'm trying to make
Yeah, I don't-
AI all on my own.
I call him Toe Rogan now. So no. I'm sorry, guys.
Toe?
Yeah, no.
What's the,
Anyway,
what's the T?
But to
like he looks like a toe, kind of. Anyway, let's not go there because
So we
'Cause
need to
we
get to
know
how
that.
you met Judd.
yeah, we gotta get
But-
there. So
y'all's friend Judd. Y'all,
we
you
just
know
got to
Judd.
high school.
I've never
Yeah, we
actually
know
met
Judd.
him.
He's
Yeah.
been on the cast before.
No.
Is it- Oh no.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Alyssa
Okay.
was.
His wife was
Okay.
on last episode.
Sweetheart of people, man. Really super nice.
But before we get all the way to Jet,
we're in like what? High school.
we're in,
We
like,
were
high school
high
right
school.
now.
I had a couple
we're in high school.
bands in high school. I think we had one called the Sofa Kings.
I love that.
You know that joke?
yeah.
No.
All right.
So,
all right.
Sofa King.
All right.
Oh.
Anyway, I guess I got to write it down. There's
I
a
see.
joke you
I-
write down. I am Sofa King. We taught it. And you say, I am Sofa King. We taught it. I don't get it. I am Sofa King. We taught it. We taught it. That's what you're supposed to write on. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so we
Yeah.
were the Sofa Kings.
Yeah. Have you ever had Vietnamese noodle soup called pho? There was a pho place in San Diego called the Pho King.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I loved
Nice.
it.
Okay.
I used to
yeah.
work with kids, and all the kids like, "Oh, can we go to the Pho King?" Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
I hope not.
I went by Pho Kit Thai food. When I was like, I think I was probably like 17, and I was with some friends who were a little bit older, and we were like driving to I had a mentor in high school who was in the UFC,
Okay.
and we were going to one of his UFC fights.
Wow.
Greg McIntyre.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're
Swear
going to
I've
one
heard
of
that
his
name or something.
He was a fighter. He was with Tap Out.
Okay.
And so we were going up to one of his fights, and we passed Phuket Thai food, and I was like, always a sarcastic ass, like 17-year-old, 16-year-old
Still
kid, and I was like, fuck it, Thai. Wife's getting on your nerves, job getting you down, fuck it. Thai food, that is. Come on down. Relieve yourself with some Thai food.
We gotta make a commercial for one of these Thai Phuket places.
So
So the Sofa
the
King.
Sofa Kings.
Well,
in
the
their
Sofa
prime.
Kings-
Fucking what?
Yeah. Just awesome. I don't know.
So fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, we were just the kings of the sofa. And we chilled a lot and we're dickheads and whatever. Anyway, because we were little, I probably would have. Anyway, if I go back, I probably would have.
I think your wife says, I'm still love you, LOL.
Oh, I was wondering you said that.
I'm guessing it's your
900
wife.
108.
Or somebody else still
Yeah.
loves someone in this room.
Hey, Turbo, what's going on? I assumed it was like a troll coming in. You're like, I still love you guys.
Yeah. No, your wife still
makes-
loves you after that song.
That makes way more sense.
Okay, got it.
Hey Turbo, yeah, we're here. But anyway, so you were in Sofa Kings.
Then we had a band called The Runs.
Sure.
Of course.
I just see you in high school as a total hoodlum.
You'd be correct, sir.
And that's a term only people who grew up in predominantly white areas say. Us who grew up in the ghetto.
You hoodlum.
Didn't use a thug. No, I wasn't a thug, really, but I definitely grew up where motherfuckers would steal my Nelly CD out of my car and shit. Ask me for a ride down the street and then steal my Nelly CD out of the fucking... Like my burnt
Like
Nelly
more
CD.
than one time?
Well, maybe
Like
not.
this is like a weekly occurrence?
I mean...
Fuck, Nelly's gone again.
I live in a neighborhood where I left my car over at my neighbor, my friend, who's my neighbor's house, and I went over there to get my car, like, because you lived across the street, and I just parked it over there or something, and ran home for something, and then came back over an hour or two later, and like the radio was like half out of the car. Like they tried to steal my radio, but like just gave up halfway.
They were too stoned.
I don't know.
Like,
Anyway.
yeah, it's getting hot in here. Let's
I
go.
mean, we had groceries stolen out of our car one time. We were bringing groceries in, and like all the groceries were gone one day. And like, I think it was my fault because I was supposed to go get them, so I left the car open and like didn't go. I fuck up shit a lot if you haven't noticed.
I had an iPod, like one of the first iPods in my glove box, and my car was broken into and it was stolen. Which I should have known not to leave anything in my car because where I grew up. But,
Okay.
you know, but then, so they smashed a window, right? So I replaced the window. Like literally 1 week exactly later, I assume the same people broke into my car again, looking for another iPod. I don't know why, but there was no iPod. And they did steal the remote to my stereo in my
which is
car.
like useless.
Which I was like,
Now you're not as
now you just
pimping.
smashed another window. Thanks.
Yeah, he smashed another window.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah.
No fun getting the window smashed.
So weirdly enough, like 2 months after that, I bought a new iPod, and I got my car broken into again, and it was stolen. And it's not visible. It's like in like the center console or something.
Uh-huh.
On Christmas Eve, nonetheless, in a church parking lot, my car got broken into and stolen. You remember that big foothills, when all the cars were getting broken
Yeah.
into?
Oh, yeah.
Mine was the first.
Oh, wow.
It started with me. They stole my iPod on Christmas Eve. iPod Touch. It was like right when it came out.
Oh, wow.
Damn, that was the hot shit too.
It was.
What happened to iPods? These are podcasts, but no one's got pods.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no one
Why
has
don't we
a pod
call
anymore.
the phones pods? Like
These are pods now. Hey, give me a ring on my pod.
A phone
I'm just
pod.
gonna start saying it.
Yeah, we're making a
Fuck
thing.
it. Everyone from here on out, that's
They're pods.
listening,
Probably get copyright.
hit the pod.
phone pod.
Anyway, so you're in high school with the Sofa Kings and the Runs.
This is pre-pod.
killing it pre-pod.
I didn't even have a damn cell phone. No, I think I got a cell phone in the Runs. I think I started getting a Sprint. I had like one of the minutes phones you do.
Oh yeah.
One of the
yeah.
bricks. It was like
Yep.
1999 or something. I know. No, what was it? I don't know. I'm 400 years old. Fuck.
I feel like we're probably older than you. Is that not
No,
true?
no, he's older than us.
I'm 328 in dog years.
Yeah, that's much older.
No, 228. I don't know.
So
Man, this tequila's damn good, man.
it's not for like a
I got an accent for you. El Jimador. It's for my wife. She's Colombian, and this has nothing to do with
I believe
Colombia.
you mean Colombian.
Okay. Maybe.
Colombia. I don't
Your
believe
wife
it's
is
Colombia.
Colombia. They have a
I
different
have been
accent.
corrected many a time for pronouncing it incorrectly.
Anyway, it's not Mexico.
The person who I suspect is
Well,
your
that
wife
was
said,
from
ha
earlier.
ha
That
ha
was
ha
not
ha ha.
Okay.
Probably when we discovered who she probably is.
We don't know if it's her.
It's her. That's got to be her.
A9000108.
Honey, is that you? Say yes.
Is that you?
But so was that all your high school music stuff, and then
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was playing the bass in the orchestra and string orchestra. I was doing
Wow.
lots of after school stuff.
it's actually kind of a lot of stuff.
It was a life. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like they were trying to prep me
I
to
was about
be.
to say it was a lifestyle.
It was like a lifestyle, dude. Like, yeah, like, I mean,
Bass
'cause,
style.
I mean,
Were you bass in your bands?
yeah. Actually, the Runs and Sofa Kings, I did play bass, like bass guitar, yeah. And yeah, it was like kind of alternative rock, like Cage the Elephant-y shit, you know, pop rock stuff, like punk
Love it.
pop,
Yeah,
you know.
we love all that stuff.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing, you know. I just was being.
But were you doing it
a
loudly?
hoodlum.
You little hood.
Oh yeah, it was definitely loud.
Well, that's all that mattered back then.
Anyway,
If you could play eighth notes, you could play punk pop.
absolutely, and
Or
that's
pop
what
punk.
that's what we did. We had some good songs, man. You know, it wasn't too bad, but it was fun, and yeah, it was just kids. And you can't get it together. You don't start getting very responsible, so you just
Fizzle.
not you're not getting the pieces of the puzzle that you need, and you think you know everything. So like you don't know anything.
I still think that, to be fair.
You still think you know
I still
everything?
think I know everything.
Well, it's probably not true.
Don't tell me that.
Hate to break it to you, Jer.
So, for people who weren't here in the very beginning of the show, should we have you play another song so they can hear what you're all about?
Yeah, man. Right now I'm all about this reggae country stuff I've been working on. It's been a lot of fun. I'm all about some reggae, pop reggae stuff. I mean, all my favorite bands right now are reggae stuff, and
I'll post the links in the chat so you guys can check them out. I'm posting the Facebook and the Instagram.
Who are
yeah,
those
there's a
favorite bands?
SoundCloud link as well.
I'll see if I can
you
find that, yeah.
Yeah, it's just SoundCloud / Stoney Banks Music. Everything / Stoney Banks Music. STONEY Banks. Get it? It's like a.
like
like-
Stony, like rocks,
I mean,
or
it's
like
rocks.
Stony.
No, yeah,
Like-
both. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's Nashville because
Marijuana?
I love the lake.
The marijuana cigarettes.
I love hanging on the lake. I love boats and shit. And so, like, yeah, it's just kind of like we don't have beaches here, but we have Stoney Banks, and I like a little bit of CBD. You know,
Sure, some CBD exclusively.
they have
Only
those-
the pure CBD stuff. Zero THC.
no, up to 4% is legal here.
Is it really?
Yep. And those CBD those smokable CD buds that you can get them CD buds, man. I need to get me some CD buds. All right, and I'm being
Well, it doesn't matter
belligerent.
what's legal. We can talk about it all we want.
My wife's
It's
gonna
great.
hate this shit. She's
gonna
like,
be-
I'm tuning out.
I'm just gonna be
I love you, baby.
your dad for a minute. The fuck are you talking about?
Who's dad?
that?
This guy.
That sounds
Your
a lot.
dad.
That sounds
Your
like a
dad.
Oh
Russell
no, my
Brand
dad
accent.
smokes massive amounts of marijuana and grows it in Massachusetts where it's legal. He has like
We're from California,
Does he
so
live
we
out
ain't got
there?
no issue.
when I was growing up in East Nashville, he also grew this marijuana. And there's pictures of us like playing like softball in the backyard, like teed up, gonna hit a home run, man. Behind us, there's 10-foot marijuana plants, like literally. Like I wish we had a picture I could throw it down.
That's
and
awesome.
My dad
prove it,
smokes too, but if he grew, I didn't know about it.
My dad sold heroin and cocaine.
Holy shit!
Yeah, your dad's fucked
All right,
up.
your
not,
dad's,
not no more, but he did. No one's
dad
currently
wins.
after.
Yeah, your dad wins.
I'm pretty sure my dad also smoked weed, probably.
Remember like being a kid when your dad winning was a thing?
My dad
Yeah,
winning?
right.
My dad
No,
was
just
beat up
dad's
your dad, man.
Yeah.
my dad was in prison.
My dad
No,
would
to be
beat up
fair-
your dad if
Now,
he
hold
weren't
on.
in prison.
To clarify, I'm only guessing he sold cocaine and heroin. I actually think I heard he sold meth. I'm not sure. Something. Just to clarify, in case I ever get fact checked one day when I'm running for president.
We're not
did
sure
not
what
lie.
drugs your dad sold.
My
But he
dad
said
was
some
kind that put you in
definitely
prison.
addicted to heroin in the 60s in Boston.
But
In
who
the
wasn't?
60s?
He will not be listening to this program.
Neither will my dad, so I can say whatever
In
I
the
want.
60s?
Yeah, dog. So he
They
was.
had it?
Yeah, dog. He was deep off in the hippie game, right?
Yeah. He's in that hippie game.
He was deep off in that hippie movement in the 60s, dude, and was like, he saw Bob Marley live and Jimi Hendrix live and caught Mitch Mitchell's drumstick. So like,
That's super cool.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it's just you were in the right place at the right time, dog. Anyway, yeah, he was telling me about, he got arrested when he was 18 for having heroin in the Boston Common and was like running from the police, and they like tackled him and took him in and put him in like jail and all that shit, dude. And
That was like way more serious.
that was
too,
like
than-
back in the day when they put you like in the addiction place or something. It was like the insane asylum and the jail and shit.
What?
Yeah, he told me he tried to escape jail, and like
How'd that go?
He said he ran across the courtyard because they split the nut house, and that's the place where they put mentally challenged kids back in the 60s before they didn't have any more anyway. So he said he ran across this courtyard and like made it up this rose trellis because they let the crazy dudes like grow roses and do this. He climbed up a rose trellis over the wall, was climbing down this corridor in this wall. He saw the guard walking and he's up above. And he said he stepped on one of these old school lights that has a metal covering, and he stepped on it to get leverage to climb up to the next thing to try to get the fuck out of there. And the light bulb just fell. It just went as soon as he stepped on it, it was and it fell and went right behind the guard. And he just went back from where he came from, and he said he ran across the little bathroom and back into the jail. And so the guy
Holy
who is
crap.
so when you're in jail, you get your ass kicked for if you're the new guy, right? It's harsh, especially let's see 1960 whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
He was getting his ass kicked bad, but just so happened that the leader of the cell, the gang leader, was taking a shit in the bathroom. My dad's running across the roof of the bathroom, jumps down to go, because he had to run through the bathroom for this thing to happen anyway, to escape. This is all secondhand from him.
Sure.
I'm sure he'd love to tell it more accurately, but
The fucking bathroom.
so I was running across the bathroom roof, and I had to run I had to run into the bathroom, and the guy was sitting there taking a shit. He's they had lines of, it was a board with holes in it that you shit in. That was it. It's just a concrete bench with holes in it, bro, for the shitter. And that's gulag shit, man. That's rough. Anyway, so he said the guy saw him. He was you were trying to escape, huh? And he was he's yeah. What is it? He's you're pretty cool for that. You're cool. You're good in my book. And ever since then,
This is a scene that would be iconic in a movie.
Yeah, he put out the word and was never.
Back off this guy. He's cool.
He never got
He
his
tried to
ass kicked.
escape.
Yeah, he's this guy's got balls. He tried to escape.
I hope every tiny bit of that story is 100% true.
I'm telling you,
knowing dads, you know what I mean? But I'm going to believe it's 100% true because that's amazing.
What his voice for you try to escape. It reminds me of Matt McAndrews' whole Philly voice.
Yeah. Another guess we had.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, they have that voice, man. It's sinister when it.
Try to escape.
You were trying to escape.
Well, how was he trying to get out though? Was he going to go through the pooper?
I think he was.
Climbing stuff
He
over?
had to
It's not the Shawshank
basically,
Redemption.
you had to go through the pooper. Then he hopped up on the roof of it, right? And then you could. Or something like that, right? And then you could get up on the roof.
I'm sure it made sense
He
at the
didn't
time.
really know what he was doing. I'm gonna say he was 18, bro, in the 60s, and bugged
18 in the
out.
60s.
He was bugged out. Dog.
Yeah, messed up on drugs trying to escape prison.
Anyway, yeah. So that's Anyway,
That's crazy.
Sorry, Pop, to blaze your story, dog, but the statute of limitations is over.
Hey, he plays music. We'll get him on the show.
Oh yeah, he'd definitely come on the show.
So what's the song?
Yeah,
doing here?
we totally sidetracked.
Anyway, that was a pretty long story.
That was
But
a great
It's
story. I
We're
love
really
that
good
story.
at tangents on this show.
Yeah, we're real good at it. I don't know if
Professional.
you can tell.
that's cool. We're time traveling. We went from the 60s. We went from the 80s, the 90s.
We've hit the
Little
the
2010
whole
action.
century.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's good.
So-
it's a good podcast, guys.
Also,
Doing
we
well.
confirmed, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but we confirmed that A_01181110 is your wife.
Is
Or
100%.
at least
here.
this person said, yes, I don't know how to change my name.
Yeah, no, that's his wife.
So we assume-
Ah,
we are assuming that-
She
pretty
also
positive.
texted me and said A900108 is me.
There we go.
See, just as I've said, me and your wife, we're on the same page. We're on the same team. I'm a good friend. Okay?
To his wife?
No.
That's
I'm
weird.
a good buddy.
You shouldn't be
Hey.
okay with that.
My wife doesn't have any male friends. No.
So, what's
Except
what,
for me.
what's yeah, I hope
What's
so.
this song called?
Yeah, what's this song?
Just
what are you
kidding.
playing for us?
Okay, you guys want me to play another Stoney song for this
Yeah,
It's up to you. Whatever you
for
think
this
is
section
most
of the pod,
bestest.
as it were? This
the pod.
Yeah.
The pod.
Ooh, pod.
Oh, wow.
The cast.
Wow.
This will be casted to pods everywhere. Too bad nobody has pods anymore.
Okay, well, yeah.
phones.
All right, let's get into it. This song's called "Better Than Good." It's my wife's favorite song, by the way.
That sounds very sarcastic.
Just kidding.
A_90081.
That's correct. Money in the bank, cause we just got paid. Popping tops, no socks, chilling on the lake. Getting lit to 90s rock like back in the day. It feels like back in the day. It's that kind of day. If you ask me how I'm doing as I should. I'm better than good. If you ask me how I'm doing like I should. I'm better than good. Lying in the water, I think I got him biting. A JB rolling up, but it's a little tight. Well, that's alright, cause I'm still feeling high. Thank you, cops, for not rolling by. If you ask me how I'm doing as I should. I'm better than good. If you ask me how I'm doing as I should. I'm better than good. I'm better than good. Money in the bank, cause we just got paid. Popping tops, no socks, chilling on the lake. Getting lit to 90s rock like back in the day. It feels like back in the day, man. It's that kind of day. If you ask me how I'm doing as I should. I'm better than good. If you ask me how I'm doing like I should. I'm better than good. I'm better than good. I'm better than, we better than good. Yeah. I'm better than good. Yeah.
Nice.
Little better than good, silly song. Little lake. I call it lake music. This is
Lake music?
This is the shit I'm on. Lake music.
Oh, lake music.
That okay?
Well, I could definitely hear both the country and the reggae in that. For sure. 100%.
No,
but
I think
it sounds too much like late music. Yeah, you're right. So we might want to
It is lake music.
call it boat music. I don't know.
Boat music.
I was wanting to call the band the Lake Boys.
I think Stoney Banks is a better name.
Yo, I love the Beach Boys.
The Lake Boys.
I think I could be into the Lake Boys. I'm just saying.
Then it's gonna be a cover band, the River Boys. It's gonna get all out of hand. The Pond Boys.
This is
Pond Boys.
The
is
Puddle
fucking
Boys.
hot. The Puddle Boys.
Oh,
So you
They're
may not
all,
know this, but I'm a producer engineer, hence why I have a studio.
Sure. Absolutely.
that's why this exists.
I'm currently talking with a band called the Polar Boys.
Polar?
Polar.
Like polar bear?
Yeah, like almost the opposite of a beach. But anyway, they're very Beach Boys inspired.
So they sing about snowboarding and shit.
They don't.
exclusively, actually.
No, I just think they sing
Every
about,
song's
like,
about
love and
snowboarding.
normal shit.
It's all about the X Games. They're real into it.
Sean White is coming up. Here we go.
That's the
Sean
only name
White
you
is
know.
coming up. Here we go. 367 20 1080. That's part of the. That's one of the songs that they do.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait. This is important. Did y'all ever play 1080 on the N64?
Oh, dude, that's the. I think I own that shit actually to this day. In my
I
attic.
didn't own it, but I played it.
1080. Great game.
Yeah, that's the shit. I'm
But
glad you brought
did you
that
ever
up.
play the PlayStation Cool Borders?
No.
You know what? I probably did play that joint, dude, back in the day.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't have a PlayStation, so I must have played it at my friend's house.
So I had a
But
PlayStation
hold on, everyone
and
knows
an
the-
N64.
Oh, you were rich. Fuck you.
Yeah.
The only.
No, I had a PlayStation first. Here's the thing.
I only had an N64. I had no PlayStation.
I had a PlayStation, then I had an N64. 1080, because it was on N64 only, N64 games, Nintendo, very positive. Very like, yeah, you did a trick. PlayStation, Cool Borders.
a little
PlayStation was
difficult.
edgier. PlayStation, like, you did a great trick, everyone claps.
Like,
But if you fucked up, yeah. On PlayStation, on Cool Borders, if you fucked up, they were like, boo! Boo!
Fuck you! Fuck you! You suck!
Yeah, I remember.
sounds like my dog when she barks at people.
Nah.
He's like, "Fuck you."
What kind of dog do you have?
sorry.
Please be a Yorkie. Definitely a Yorkie,
What
right?
kind of dog speaks English
She is
and is
a-
aggressive?
She actually speaks Spanish, so if you like, anyway, I don't.
Pendejo.
Hijo de puta. Hijo de puta. Anyway, sorry, baby. I know you're listening to this. And no, but
Nah, your wife's not here. It's just A_9000108. Don't worry.
no, we have a miniature Spanish hunting dog, also
What?
known as a
Damn.
Colombian street dog.
A what?
A Colombian street dog? That sounds like the most badass kind of dog.
Does it eat lions?
If the
It sounds
lions are
mangy
like,
as fuck, though. Is it hella mangy?
It just has a heroin needle sticking out of its ass at all times.
how dare you talk about Lupe that way?
Sounds like a fiasco.
Lupe Fiasco. That's how he got the name. Actually, he probably met this dog, and then he was like, no.
He's like, holy shit.
The dog is much younger, but she will bark at some passerbys and or other dogs in a very offensive manner and scares people sometimes if they're not like prepared. No, she's a great dog. She's hilarious. She's about 30 pounds of fury. Let's be honest.
30 pounds.
She's a furry, furious whirladoodle, whatever.
Warladoodle.
So the next thing we need to talk about, so on your questionnaire, we learned that you wrote.
It's like 3 questions. Like, give us a link.
Yo, I gotta
What
tell
do
you,
like?
this is a good sub-subject.
No, it's
A
great.
tangent to the tangent.
Tangent to the tangent.
Okay.
As we do.
I know the word questionnaire to be a thing. We
more
send
ice cream.
every
Want some?
guest on this show a questionnaire before they're on the show.
we send them a questionnaire.
A questionnaire.
Questionnaire?
Not air.
It's
Questionnaire.
like Nike Air.
No, it's a questionnaire.
Near.
AIRE is how it's spelled. Questionnaire.
I don't know if that's true.
That's
Here's
correct.
what I do know. Every time I type,
That's 100% accurate.
every time I try to type questionnaire into my
Questionnaire
phone,
is like the
it says
racketeer.
questioner, and that sounds
y'all want any
wrong.
more of this? It's about.
Feel free.
Yeah.
All right. By the way,
No,
ladies
I
and
need.
gentlemen,
Ooh, hit me with a little
hit
bit.
this man a
Just
little bit.
Split it.
Here you go, brother. That's all you, dog. I
wow.
got some already. So
You were just so gracious with grapefruit juice.
I'm sorry, man. You were saying about this question.
Yeah. So on the questioner.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
On the
So
questionnaire.
you wrote with a band called
Oh, right. We haven't even gotten there
the
yet.
Dirty Birds. Is that right?
Dirty Birds?
I just said dirty plus. But what is the
Dirty
band
Heads.
called?
Dirty Birds is a
Dirty
wing place
Birds.
in PB.
That's the name for the Atlanta Falcons. Dirty Birds.
The dirty what now?
Dirty Heads.
Dirty
They're
Heads.
from SoCal. I can't believe you don't know them, man.
Yeah, I don't know them either.
That's
I've
it's
been-
either if I say, hey guys, or tell somebody, I wrote with the Dirty Heads. It's either who the fuck is that or oh my god, like you know what I'm
Wow.
saying? It's like it's one or the other. Most of the time, people are like, who the fuck is that? But like. Then I'll show them, and I think you listen to some of their stuff. Where
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, I know a couple of those tunes.
So I
They're
didn't.
bad motherfuckers.
So,
though. Bad
who the fuck is that?
motherfuckers. The Dirty Heads. I hope they don't listen to this because no, they're
They're
super
massive fans. So
super nice guys, man.
Yo, hit me with that Jimador. El Jimador.
why would you say
The
it like
J is
that?
silent. Is
El Jimador.
Himador.
El
I wonder what a
Jimador.
Himador is, or if it's
Can you
somebody's
even
name.
wait? Hold on. Can you even roll your tongue? Okay, then I can check.
El
He's real
Jimador.
What
white.
about you?
I'm part Mexican.
Oh, that's right. You
Of course
told
I
me
go.
that.
You're not.
Roll my
You're
tongue.
not part
Rolling.
Mexican. You're half Mexican.
It's actually debatable because we don't know how pure my mother was. So I'm somewhere
my
between.
God.
Did you guys know that?
Fucking Mexican Hitler over there.
That's
We
a good-
don't know how pure my mother was. Ha!
Cerveza, por
My mother
favor.
was. My mother was somewhere between full and half. So I tell people I'm a third, which makes no sense.
your
Dude, we're all
guess.
humans, guys.
Yeah, we're all
just
just humans.
and we're actually all white males. So anyway,
I'm Mexican. Thank you very much.
yeah, that's true. But you look white.
I look white as fuck. My sister's got all the Mexican. They look straight up chola.
I've had people walk up to me and start speaking like Brazilian and like
Brazilian?
I'm like,
You look
nah,
white
dog.
as fuck.
I know. I'm like, nah, dog. Like, so I mean,
the it's the stash.
this was pre-stash.
Oh, wow.
I think I was just at the paint store, so I was.
I thought you were a day laborer.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hablo español." Like Brazilians don't speak Spanish, dog. I don't know what you're talking about.
Portuguese.
No, but
So
no, I wasn't
the
trying
dirty
to. not-
heads.
Dirty Head's right. Yeah, we're not trying to get on your
No, yeah, roll
heritage,
with
man.
it.
I wasn't trying to disparage your Mexican heritage at all or anything. Even though you look like a white man, just like
I look
me.
hella white. Let's be real.
White man.
I look white as fuck.
That's the whitest way you could say
A white man.
Cheers,
a white,
fellas.
classic white man.
Cheers, guys. I'm actually
We
half
can't cheers to white
Italian.
men. I feel like that's wrong.
Oh my god.
That's what the cheers was for. No, I'm just kidding.
Cheers,
No.
Bryson, I swear to God.
You white man?
Bryson said, "Hell yeah, your sister." He saw a picture of my sister, and
Oh, shit.
apparently it ruined his life.
Oh man,
Ruined his life because he's never seen anybody darker than bright white in England.
No, like I was saying, guys, we're all one on the. Seriously, like I don't, all that race shit's bullshit, dude. But
Yeah, but it's funny though.
Sure. Let's not get off on that tangent. You want to know about the Dirty Heads and
I do.
stuff?
I do
It
wanna
was
know
the
about the Dirty
biggest
Heads.
fucking co-write of my life. So I mean, I'm pretty proud of it. I was like
Real
bragging
quick,
on
sorry,
Facebook
pass
and
me
shit.
the ice. That was
I was saying something
He's
really
like this really like
this
deep.
is
really
the biggest moment of
You're
my
like,
life, and I'm
hold
like,
up,
pass
hand me
the
the ice.
Best moment of my life / ice.
Well, I didn't say it was the best moment of my life.
Best-
the best
no.
moment of my life
Best
was when
co-write.
I married my wife.
Obviously, you have to say that because she's watching.
Yeah, that's just because A_9000801 is watching.
So
It was the biggest co-write of my life. I mean, with people, they're legit a band. They
the
make
real deal.
millions of dollars making, doing shows. They pack out
Millions of dollars?
They sell out fucking, Red Rocks and shit. And they're
Oh wow!
Really?
So they're way
they're
bigger.
very famous.
How have I
yeah.
not?
I will say
am
I hadn't heard of them. I mean, the name when you said it, it sounded familiar,
Sure.
but I've never. I don't think I heard them.
If you don't listen to like reggae, white boy reggae stuff, I hate to call it that, but like West Coast reggae, whatever you want to call it, or reggae in general. I mean, because they're on all the Pandora stations and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I mean, that you'd hear, if you put on Sublime radio, they're heavily influenced by Sublime, and that's where my manager is friends with their manager, and they, were in town, just so happened to be in town writing, and they heard some of the Stoney Banks stuff, and they were just compiling songs for their new record. I don't know how much I'm supposed to get into this, but
Much you
fuck
want,
it.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, so they were in town they're working with a pretty famous producer in town for their next record.
Who?
That's a good, I know his nickname, but
What?
I don't think,
I want to know
even-
that.
What's that nickname though?
man, maybe if my manager's listening, he should be listening, but he probably
Is-
ain't.
Yeah. Otherwise, what are you doing,
Is
manager?
his nickname Fucktard? Like, what is
Yeah,
his
how
nickname?
bad could it be?
It's dramatic. I will say, when I looked them up, like their top song had like 45 million plays.
That's a significant amount.
That's a shit
That's a-
ton
that's a
for
lot.
a band that I haven't really heard of.
Yeah,
Dude,
But
I'm
I
telling
listened,
you, it's
they had a
like,
track called Vacation, and when I heard it, I was like, "This has been."
I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation.
It
It has like a funky
I
ass
heard
beat.
it one time, and it was catchy as shit. Got in my head, and I'm positive I've heard it somewhere. I'm sure I thought it was who's the other band they sound like?
That song sounds like a 21 Pilot song.
Yes, it
I
sounds
thought
like
it was
21
21 Pilots until
Pilots.
like
Yeah.
I looked and I was like, that's the fucking Dirty Heads. I've been listening to them since they did song. They do songs with like Rome from Sublime. They had a song.
Who's Rome?
You know Sublime with Rome?
Yeah.
When
Why know
Sublime tours right now, they're Sublime with Rome. They have a singer named Rome.
Oh, okay.
Because their singer died in like '96, Bradley Noel, who
Right.
like I was somewhat obsessed with the whole band and that whole thing, and like, yeah, and when I was in 8th grade, I would just download like bootleg after bootleg of their stuff, and like, man, I would go to bed listening to their records and wake up listening to their records. CDs, I had CDs that would just. I'd play them over and over and over till they skipped and fucked up, and
Hell
I
yeah.
knew all their songs.
we
man.
grew
Hold
up
on, I
at
have
like
to-
about an hour and a half from Huntington Beach.
Okay,
where they're
Huntington
from.
Beach is where Dirty Heads are from.
Dirty
yeah.
Heads from Huntington.
Huntington
yeah.
Beach, yeah.
Sublime's Long Beach.
Long Beach.
It's about an hour and a half from where we
Right.
grew
Yeah,
up.
that's really close to
So
where
we
we
grew
grew
up
up.
with and he's just a whore and for much of me.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I have to
Wait,
get you a
and-
correction because I just remembered something.
Okay, about Sublime?
Yes.
Okay.
My dad's favorite band is not Sublime.
Oh shit.
He really likes Sublime. I remember now, I'm getting it mixed up. His favorite band is System of a Down. Not the same at all.
Are
the
they
opposite.
from Cali too, or
System
no?
of a Down?
Yeah.
I have no idea where System of a Down
Well,
is
the
from.
singer's like Romanian.
I think they popped up in L.A. though. I think I could be wrong
they
about
did
that.
because Rick Rubin produced their first record.
Okay, that's why it sounds so fucking great. Dude, I love all those Rick Rubin records, all the Chili Peppers records he did. God
Same.
dang, dude. hey.
Have you seen the show The Good Place? This is related,
No,
I promise.
I haven't.
Oh.
This is not related.
It is.
Go on.
In the show The Good Place, they have something that they have a checklist to see if you're a good person or not.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what the show's about.
Nice.
But one
I
of
like
the
it.
questions in if you are a good person or a bad person to qualify was, have you ever gone and seen the band the Red Hot Chili Peppers live? And if you said yes, you were a bad person.
Guilty.
Yo,
It was that. And then, like, have you ever had a personalized license plate?
I was talking to the engineer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers today.
Oh, you fancy bitch.
He's the guy who sent me the house that I checked out.
Oh, cool.
That's what's up, man.
Chili Peppers are a good band.
Yeah, the Chili Peppers are great.
Good band. I like
da-
Californication.
But how
dare
many
you say we're
members?
bad people
I
for
how
doing
many-
dream of Californication.
How many members names? How many members of the band do you know? What names?
Ooh, okay, Flea.
Everybody knows Flea.
Everyone knows Flea.
I know all the members.
I only
The
know
drummer is Chad Smith. I used to have a signed drumstick of his
because he
he
was like
recorded
Will
it.
Ferrell.
I had his
He
signed
does.
drumstick because he recorded at Studio West, and when my band recorded there, the owner, by the way, a guy named Rex, gave me the
Put that in your pipe
drumstick.
and smoke it.
Yeah, his fucking name was Rex, as in T.
As in Tyrannosaur.
The king, the original king of the jungle.
Ooh, who else is in that band? Okay. So then we got I almost bought things from him recently. His name is John.
Really, John? Just a guess.
100%. No, it's not a guess. It starts with an F, and it's Ante at the end. I can't remember the name.
John
of this one.
Frusciante.
Frusciante.
There it is.
Correct.
There it
That's
is.
the guitar player from before. I don't know who their new guitar player is.
Yeah.
But they also had that other guy for a while that I can't remember his name. But he was on Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. What's his name? He had like an MTV show or something. He had like eye makeup all the time. There you go.
You know that
John
makes me
Frusciante.
John Frusciante did all the hits and all the really classical shit. Probably there's some fan. You don't know about the blah, blah. All right, yeah, you're right. But all the like pop hits, you know, that I would know. Like I think Frusciante had something to do with, and he's dope on his own as an artist too. I listen to some of his own, like just some of his solo shit, and like he's real creative, dude. Real like melodic, like psychedelic almost to an extent.
Yeah.
Like I love that Stratocaster sound. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing now with the Stoney Banks stuff is like Stratocaster sound. You know that
classic electric guitar sound.
that kind of yeah. I mean, and like just working with the clean sound. Like Frusciante works with the clean sound a lot. Like Under the Bridge, that tone, just that.
Yeah.
that
That's a
feel.
great song.
Yeah, that's all Stratocaster, dude. You know what I'm saying? Those pickups and stuff. I mean, they have a certain tone to them. Other than like a Telecaster, like that's for country. Like
Actually, Telecaster is not for country.
It
alright?
is for country.
No, most.
Are you talking about Bruce Springsteen?
No, I'm talking about
dog?
Led Zeppelin. Most Led Zeppelin stuff's
Okay.
recorded on Telly. Stairway to Heaven is on Telly.
Okay, sure.
Recorded.
I
Alright.
mean, they're blues.
I love the Telly.
they're blues.
But also
That's-
country.
But
Look,
yeah, a lot
the
of Telly
point
for
is,
country.
I almost bought,
The image is country.
I
Well,
almost
it's a-
bought
it's
John
a
some
tone
shit
thing.
from
Yeah,
John.
a lot of
Frusciante.
guitars.
Sure. Yeah, it's
Chicken picking is Telecaster. As far as I know, I'm no expert. All I do is sing silly songs
I heard you were an expert.
on Buddy Holly.
On
only.
Buddy Holly exclusively.
And you are a scholar and a librarian
And a historian.
and a historian.
Yeah.
You're in the library. No, I've never liked rules. I don't like libraries. I don't like being quiet.
Or especially the Dewey Decimal System.
No
Remember
one
that
understands
shit?
how it works.
Remember the Dewey Decimal System? We're all old enough to know.
I think
Dewey
they still
Decimal.
use it, don't they? Do
Is that
libraries
kind of like
still
Morse
exist?
code or something?
Arthur Londonderry.
Find the book on botany.
The Germans are bombing London. Sorry.
Arthur Londonderry. I know you only
That's not
know
even
me
funny.
as the guy who streams Red Dead Redemption 2, but we do a weekly music-based podcast where we hang out with a local musician. So thanks for coming to join. This is
So
Matt.
I
Hell yeah! What's
bought
up, guy?
Some
A
shit
new
from
joiner?
John.
Yeah, he's been watching my stream for a little while, but when I do game stuff.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so you do game
Some-
stuff.
I do game stuff during the
Nice.
week. I do once a week. I do
Did you play the new
music.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, and it was fucking amazing.
It's
Spider-Man
nice,
was
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
I got to play some Spider-Man.
it was real
Dude,
good.
it was good, right?
Yeah.
I don't play
it's damn
video.
good.
Let's say this. until 3 months ago, I never played video games since I was 14.
Okay.
Really?
Never is not
Like,
the right
I
word.
went a good, 20 years. No, wait. How old am I? No. I went, 16, 17 years without playing video games, and then I played Spider-Man and got me back in the game.
Oh, it's so good.
pretty
That's
fun,
how
man.
good it was.
It blew my mind. I literally bought a PlayStation just to play that game. And then I got into Red Dead, and it was fucking
I'm
amazing.
like, yeah, if I had some money, I would do that too.
Yeah, I got on Black Friday, and it was kind of a stretch for me. I'm not gonna lie. I was
No,
like,
I believe before this tangent of a tangent of a tangent, he was about to play a song.
yes.
I played the song already.
No, yeah, but it's been like
We should
40.
play
That was
another
like
song?
40 minutes ago.
What was
How deep are
how
we
many
in this?
songs have you played?
Hour and a half.
Oh wow,
Have you
cool.
played one or two songs?
2 songs.
Let's hear a song.
Yeah. So especially
Okay.
because, Arthur Londonderry, you've never heard our music podcast.
Who's all checking it right now? Are we?
I have no idea who, but
What's
I
up,
can only
everybody?
see who's in the chat.
Remember humans? Maybe even your wife.
I don't know if she's still listening anymore.
But so this is us. He's in a
Is that
band.
guy British? He says, "Oh, brilliant." Brilliant's a very British term.
I don't know.
Brilliant.
So what are you gonna play for us now?
That's brilliant.
That was the worst thing I've ever
Could
heard.
anybody use,
ever.
could anybody use a water?
Yeah, I could actually.
Okay, while you play the song, can you go get it? I'll do the thing. You have to say yes because we're live.
Yeah, I'll get water. You make music happen.
Perfect. All right, so what song are you gonna play for us?
You have water. So
I know.
I reckon I'll play the song "Float Away." It's going to be our single coming out March 1st.
Oh wow.
1 RPM distributing it and all that. It's going to be on Spotify, all the iTunes, Stoney Banks music everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Stoney Banks, I guess.
And I'll post the links in chat again for all the people who write
Yeah,
recently.
and so that's coming out March 1st. It's going to be dropping. It's our single called "Float Away." Stoney Banks. It's kind of a love song, so. Floating away on this feeling that you give me. Crashing waves, wildflowers in your hair. I could stay here today and forever. With you vibing on this blanket in the sand. Let's float away. Let's float away, float away. Let's float away, float away. Yeah, yeah, float away. You got me buzzing like 4 shots and a margarita. You sweet like cotton candy, girl, the kind I like to eat up. Run it back, skinny dipping in the water. I wanna do it all again, feel your lips on my skin, yeah. Could be like this all summer. Floating away on this feeling that you give me. Crashing waves, wildflowers in your hair. I could stay here today forever. With you vibing on this blanket in the sand. Let's float away. Let's float away, float away. Let's float away, float away. Let's float away. Got me going with the gift that you're blessed with. The fire keep on growing with every single sunset kiss, yeah. Just float away, float away, float away. Let's float away, float away, yeah, yeah, float away. The thing about you give it all you got. In the summertime, girl, you make it extra hot and your body rocks. Yes, it hits me like a shot. So stir it up, shake it up, pour it up, sip it up, baby, that's what's up. Hey, floating away on this feeling that you give me. Crashing waves, wildflowers in your hair. I could stay in today forever. With with you vibing on this blanket in the sand. Let's float away. Yeah, yeah. Let's float away. Let's float away. Float away. Yeah, yeah. Let's float away. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, now that's the single that's going to be released March 1st, you said?
That's correct, yeah.
So everyone will find it on all the things?
Spotify, iTunes.
All the deals. Stoney
yeah.
Banks, which I just posted all the links.
You can listen to it now
Tidal.
on SoundCloud.
Okay,
Amazon.
which
But
I also... I posted, yeah, I
the
posted
official
SoundCloud
release
link.
is March 1st, you know, or
Cool.
Spotify and stuff like that, and playlists and stuff
And obviously
like
that'll be
that.
full band. So you heard an acoustic here. That'll
That's
be full
correct.
band?
Yeah, that's fully produced. If you go to SoundCloud.com/Stoney Banks Music, you'll find that tune. And if you go to my Instagram, there's clips with that one on it and stuff.
Cool.
That's like in the graphics and
At
stuff.
Stoney Banks.
At Stoney
Stoney
Banks
Banks.
Music.
Which
Stoney Banks
Ohms
Music.
Watch gave us the horns emote.
Oh hell yeah! Thanks,
Ohms
man.
Watch.
Appreciate it.
Jimmy Douglas said, well, bloody hell, and then gave us a follow. So thanks for the follow.
All right, cool,
So
man.
I'm guessing that. And he said, what a banger.
Cool, brother.
So
well,
that's
yeah,
some,
you should. I mean, hopefully it'll be a big hit, and we'll hear it on the radio and everything, and make
Float
a.
away.
Yeah, it's definitely catchy.
I got it.
Appreciate it,
you got
guys.
Float away. I got it.
That's it.
So-
hell yeah.
So where were we in the timeline of your life? Because we haven't even gotten to Jet yet.
No, which is
Oh, yeah, our friend
the
Judd
most
Huffman.
important part of this podcast is how did you meet Jut? Now where are we?
I've still never
It's a
met.
great story, though. It's a fucking
Well,
great
and
story.
we're gonna get there.
We could just jump there if you want. I
No,
mean,
no. We gotta get there naturally.
All right.
It's gotta be organic. The point of this podcast is how did somebody meet Jut?
I think when you say it's got to be
Organic.
organic, it totally makes it inorganic.
For the record, I've never met Jet.
But you know, you play
met
and write
Alyssa.
and produce
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay,
Did
cool.
you
Hell
did you
yeah.
hear? Did you see Jut's video he posted of Thunderstruck?
Oh man, yeah.
That was super cool.
Yeah.
That was right here.
Yeah, he was standing there.
Oh, it was in this room.
It was
oh,
in
it
this
looked really
room.
good.
Yeah,
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 it
yeah.
looked really good and sounded really
Yeah.
good, and he fucking murdered
We are
that
not
shit,
going to
so.
post a link to that video until Jet comes on the podcast.
Yeah. Judge was supposed to be last night.
So he was supposed to
here's
be
the
on
deal.
tonight, but I came instead.
You came
His-
instead,
There was
yeah,
a
so-
booking issue or something. So
Correct.
that happens in this industry a lot. I found
Booking
it.
issues.
We
Yeah.
discovered that doing
and,
a podcast with musicians on a
So,
Friday
yeah,
night.
so
So-
the last show we had was Alyssa. I'm just gonna let you in on this a little bit.
Sure.
The last show we did was with Alyssa, his wife,
Yeah.
and somehow the whole time I kept asking her, "But how did you meet Jut?" And she would never answer.
It became like the theme of the show.
the
so
whole
this
show
this
is
show
about
is
how
going
did
to
you
be
meet
like
Jut.
the same thing.
So this one, the
were kind
very
of-
next episode is how did you meet Jut, and hopefully the next episode is actually the audience meeting Jut.
Let's
So he's got a
honestly,
lot of build up. At
Let's
this
skip
point.
forward. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead. Let's go for it.
Whoa,
Let's
shit.
break the seal.
No one's ever
Oh my
done this.
God.
And I'm going to tell you this.
No
let me
one's
tell you this.
ever done this.
Let me just say this really quick.
We had a 5.5 hour
This-
episode
This is
once.
almost has to be edited out what I'm about to say, but it's not going to be.
Because we're too lazy for that
Alyssa
shit.
told us how she met Jut, but I don't even think I told you this. She contacted me and said, "Hey, how I met Jut's a little too personal. Can you please edit that out?" And it's edited out of the show.
I'm not
so
even
if
gonna lie.
you watched
Oh,
how
that's
Alyssa
so
watched
funny.
the show,
I'm not even
met
gonna-
Jut, I had
Look,
to edit it out of her
To
episode.
be completely honest,
Yeah.
after that whole episode and us drinking the whole time, I don't remember how she met Jet anyways. I don't even remember when we
and
got
the
to
audience doesn't either. So I'm the only person who knows how Alyssa met Jut.
that. Well, and Alyssa and Jet probably.
True, they know. But this is
Well,
a golden moment.
Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Wow, how the hell?
And you were
did
probably like,
Listen.
why do they keep talking about Jet all day? It's
when
because it's
Jut
a weird
comes,
inside
people are gonna
joke.
be like, "Oh, this is just a guy."
I wonder what the guys listening are like. Who's Jut?
Yeah.
Who's Mike? They're like, who the fuck are any of us?
Jut, the
You mind if I
hero.
hit that vape pen with
Go
you there,
for it.
brother? All right,
Yeah,
let's
rip
try
it.
this tape. Is it like it's like the big boy shit? Like I'm gonna wipe it off so I don't catch any
That's fine.
germs.
I have no
and I
disease
just
it.
fucked up your shit.
That's
okay.
all right. It just snaps right back on.
Okay, see, I don't know this scientific
The whole
trickery.
side is a button.
Oh, right on.
There you go.
Dude, this is like some gangster shit.
We have the same one.
Yeah, it's pretty next level.
You gotta like
got nicotine?
go for it. Straight. Yeah, it's got nicotine. It's very low though.
Well, do you have higher nicotine in yours?
We have the
Same.
same. We have the same. We make the
from the
juice.
same.
Oh, so to clue you in, as we have to do in every episode at some point, I've known Ryan for a long time. We've been
Okay.
friends. also I married his sister, and we all moved to Nashville together.
Okay, cool.
And we
man.
also all lived together.
So we family, baby.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
Family.
all right.
Yeah.
Brother-in-law.
Check it out. We're gonna do a French inhale, dog.
Oh,
damn,
that's
you did.
fancy shit.
All right. Thanks, man.
It's your,
How I Met Jut.
you got diseases?
Not
This
many.
episode's called How I Met Jut.
That'd be the worst title
It's a
ever.
lot. What's a lot like How I Met Your Mother? That show did well for itself.
Jesus Christ, guys. All right, here we go.
You think you're gonna get to tell a story?
Last year in 2018, in May, I have some friends that play in a band, and one of the band guys, they bought a restaurant down in Key West.
Wow.
I'm not going to name any names here, so...
Okay. I mean, you're
anyway.
welcome to if you want to.
No, I don't want to because it's a little disparaging.
Okay.
But anyway,
Fair
we
enough.
had a gig, like, so basically they're like, hey, you can come and play in Key West, man. And I'm like, ooh, you feel me?
Yeah, you're like,
that's-
I've heard Kokomo. That's a good place.
Hey, bro, like, I'm ready to go, dog. It's the beach and shit. It's fucking dope. Okay, whatever. It's
And you
down
grew
in
up on
the-
lakes, which are clearly not
Yeah.
as good.
But, like, yeah, I love the beach, though, you know what I'm saying? Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Hashtag.
Hashtag Gulf Shores, Alabama.
No, I've been to many other beaches and shit, but...
I'm a cultured fellow.
So I get a call and we work it out. So I do like a 15-day stint in Key West. We stay at this little condo. It was actually Robert Frost's condo, and anybody
That's-
that knows me and
damn.
knows the situation knows who I'm talking about with
I
this
mean,
bar.
I know who Robert Frost
But
is.
Yeah.
Robert Frost, yeah, it was his condo that
AKA
he would
the
go.
road less traveled.
He would go hang out down there and shit, you know. And Ernest Hemingway was always down there too. You dig? Like,
Really?
Yeah, it was like a
Damn.
big.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it was
know
like
that.
yeah. Ernest Hemingway loved it, and he would go from there to Cuba and stuff. That's back when when Cuba was cool, and they cool now again. They're Cuba.
Make Cuba
right.
cool again.
Before they make Cuba
I told you we wouldn't go into Trump, but make Cuba
That's
cool
like
again.
that's like Mecca.
Make Cuba
But
cool again.
this isn't when they were
What do you-
cold.
Islamist or something. All right, let me not go there. I didn't know I was getting called on a terrorist podcast. Oh, we're getting banned. No, they like
America-
terrorists. Yeah.
Making the frogs gay.
Yeah. America KKK. All right, stop.
Oh, dear Lord.
We're touching
Getting
on all
worse.
that shit.
It's getting so much worse.
All right, I met Jut in Key West.
Yes.
I had a 2-week stint. You know, me and my wife were down there staying in this condo and shit. You know what I'm saying?
When you say your wife, do you mean A_8000101?
Yes.
Yes, that's her. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know if she's even tuned in anymore at this
She
point.
gave up. She was
think
like,
she-
we're done here.
Yeah,
We
So,
deteriorate.
she started watching Orange Is the New Black or something. I'm sure. But so yeah, we were down in Key West and shit, and like, you know, I'm doing my thing. Jut ended up like they booked him too, so it was like a condo for musicians that they'd ship
That's super
in
cool.
musicians to play in their bar in Key West, and I mean these are like 3-hour gigs, like nonstop.
Wow,
Like you
that's long.
you gotta keep the crowd in there, man, because Key West is a very short town and only has one actual small beach that's very rocky and stony, as it were.
What?
It was a
Like
fucking
a
stony fucking
stony
bank.
beach?
Some of the
At
greatest
Stony Beach
snorkeling
music?
that I've ever seen. Yeah.
Sorry. Sony Bank music?
You're getting off brand. No,
Wow.
fuck up my brand.
Not Beach Bank!
So yeah. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the name. The name had already been established because of Percy Priest Lake first, but
I've still never been there. I've lived here for a year. I've never been there.
dude, you got to go. It's really fun. Like if you can link up with some folks that's got
With
a
a
little
boat.
pontoon
I was thinking,
boat,
I gotta get
or-
a boat. We gotta
or
get a
like
boat.
rent a boat or something. Or if we
Can
like,
you fish there?
if we get a big hit or something, we'll bring you out there, dude. Fuck,
Hell
we'll have
yeah.
to
When you get a big hit,
yeah,
that's
because
the
right
trip
now I
you're
don't have
gonna
a
fund.
fucking boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my boat fund. Everybody, you need to check out that fucking float away.
Yeah, so we can get this guy a
fucking
boat so I
actually
can go on the
float
lake.
Yo, the
away.
house I was checking out today, it's on Percy Priest Lake.
Is that right?
Saying, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was checking out a house that's up, that has a recording studio in it.
Oh, yeah. You
It's
should
on
get
Percy
that.
Priest
You should
Lake.
buy that. Yeah. I'll come hang there if you want, and I'll move my family in there. And no, I'm just kidding.
Sounds like a renting scenario.
no.
Okay, so
Yo, I might need renters if he doesn't come. You and A.
Just hit
underscore
me and A
8010.
underscore 01010.
Yeah.
Eight,
Y'all allowed to
also
come.
known as esposa mia. Anyway,
So you're down at Key West, staying in this condo
yeah,
for
for like
musicians.
15 days,
Stoney
right?
Banks.
Which is a
but they're
long
like,
time.
they're like, hey, we'll give you X amount per gig, but we can't pay for your flights. You're gonna have to pay for your flights out of that, and you got to bring a drummer. So I found a drummer. I called my regular drummer. He's like, nah, dog. I'm outie, fight outie. I can't do it. And he's like, but call this dude. And his name was Yamil Conga. Shout out. I hope he listens to this.
He does.
Every week.
My dude, he thugged it out with me like big time. Anyway, he plays at Plaza Mariachi like every week. Crazy conga player, congero, you know what I'm saying, from Puerto Rico, badass dude.
I believe you mean Puerto Rico.
Puerto.
I'm white, sir. So at least sorta. I don't know Italian. I don't know if that counts, but it does.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever. Everybody's just like I said. We're all one, man. Anyway. No, so me and my boy Yamil were playing down there, and we were like, dude, it was hard, bro, because I'm doing this
3-hour gigs a
like,
lot.
I do marinas and stuff, and like plenty of little road gigs and shit. And we play 3 hours, 4 hours, but they'll give you a 30-minute break to eat something or whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty laid back. I do a bunch of reggae kind
Coconut
of
shrimp.
loopy stuff, and I'll play some country tunes, and it's just like, yeah, just chill. So I'm doing the chill shit, right, in Key West, and like, nah, dog.
They want the party
They're
shit?
walking the fuck out of the fucking venue. They want to hear
Really?
Sweet Child of Mine. They want to hear the
Everyone
party
wants to hear
shit.
Sweet Child of Mine.
They
to be
want to hear
fair.
all that shit. I didn't play Sweet Child of Mine, but they wanted to hear it.
They want to hear
so-
Don't Stop Believing.
and no, but
Oh,
the thing is,
yeah.
it's a small place where tourists are coming for a couple, 3 days to get wrecked. And so they're walking up and down the strip. It's like Broadway, except condensed. It's very interesting. I love this experience.
Which
after
Broadway is condensed.
it's even more condensed and even more competitive.
Wow.
There's acoustic musicians instead of bands necessarily. There's a couple bands maybe. But there's like 2-3 blocks where it's all acoustic musicians playing like the same 40 songs to the tourists because it's people from, you know, just the regular people.
It's the money
man.
songs,
It's
right? They're picking
regular
the money
people,
songs,
dog. You
same
got to
people,
play the
yeah.
top 40. You got to play Sweet Caroline. You got to play Free Fallin'. You got to play Johnny Cash. You got to play Chicken Fried. It's like the regular standard
Which
shit.
Johnny Cash?
Oh, like Folsom Prison and
Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
That's what I was playing. I mean, if you play Walk the Line, you're like, hey,
Get that out of here.
bring it back, bring it back from outer space, dog. Anyway,
It's a great song.
that's how I thought. Yeah, I mean, that's how I. Anyway, but
Got a little bit of chicken fry.
I didn't really quite realize this. So I'm doing these loopy things that I was doing down in Florida and Savannah and shit like that. Like it's more chill. Background music for the bar. Everybody's in the bar anyways. No. These people are coming to see a dude up there talking shit, playing, being silly, getting them to sing, getting them to tip, getting them to do shit. They came to see the acoustic dude in the bar. They didn't just go to chill at bars. They want to go see this dude in the bar. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like I realized that like 3 days in when the bar owners were calling me like, hey, bruh, you can't be doing them reggae shits. Like, you gotta fucking bring it, dude. You gotta you gotta play the top 40 shit that people want to hear. We're losing money. Like, it was pressure.
Wow,
and they were like, I
wow.
don't know if we can pay you what we told you. And I'm like, oh no, dog.
Wow.
I will play whatever you want for that money.
I'm like, hey, bro.
I don't know if we can pay what we told you.
That was
crazy.
Damn.
I kind of blazed them, and if anybody knows who it is, like, that's all right.
I understand
because,
why you're not like saying names now.
I'm not saying the
Yeah.
names, but like that's kind of fucked up. But like
That's
at the same
super
time,
fucked up.
I'm grateful for the situation as it happened. Honestly, like it was cool. It was a cool situation. Now that I think about it in the past, and I relish the memory, I was really happy about it. But when I was there, I was probably like I felt like I was in the shit, bro. Like World
Yeah.
War I in the trenches, bro. Shitting in my helmet and shit.
I don't think they did that.
Oh, they did.
In their helmet?
Oh, bro.
Why? Why not in a
Because
hole or on the
there
ground?
was no holes or ground. You had to stay in the foxhole. Or you
yeah,
get
but you
murked.
shit in your helmet. What do you got to put it back on your head?
You had to put it back on your fucking head.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry to get all intense, dog. They had to wash.
getting
You
real
had to wash
Shit
it
in your
out.
helmet, put it on your head. This is World War One.
I don't.
This isn't World War Two. Some posh shit.
You know what? All right.
Oh my god!
You guys caught me. To compare my experience in Key West,
So
Florida,
it's just
to
shitting
World
in your
War.
helmet in a trench in chemical warfare in World War One. Same thing.
Not to World War Two.
Bro, that
Okay,
just shows you
that-
how soft our generation is. All right.
That very entitled World War II generation. We're talking about World War One, the real shit.
Bro, they'd shit in their helmet and it would freeze.
So you put it on your head. Why wouldn't you?
While you have fucking frostbite on your toes that are falling the fuck off.
Look, this is all terrible. But can you imagine? It's extra padding the shit in the helmet stops more bullets.
No, you scrape it out. I mean, you scraping it out. And it's cold and frozen.
Wow.
And your fingers are like turning purple, dog. And then you pop your head up for 1 second to see if there's a fucking...
Without your helmet?
Instantly.
And then you're fucking dead, bro.
Dead. Straight up dead.
That shit was the shit. That was the war to end all wars.
What was that game you played?
I told you I was a historian,
Battlefield
right?
1.
It's true.
Battlefield
You play
1.
World War II, what you call it? Call of Duty World War II? I know you played that shit.
Actually, I'm not even a Call of Duty fan.
Really?
Yeah.
You're that far ahead of the game.
I played a little bit of the new one, a little bit. The
Okay.
demo. I played a few hours.
I got you. The World War II game is pretty fun. I mean, it's more for like a guy that's not that great at video games, honestly.
It's
Let's
an
be
everybody
honest.
game,
It's an everybody game, yeah.
which is great. That's a fantastic game.
But it was really cool.
Rated
You got
E?
to kill like Nazis and shit as a World War II guy.
Everyone loves
Fucking
killing
rip it.
Nazis, man.
Dog, the
Can we
Nazis-
all agree killing Nazis is amazing?
Just depends on who you
Or
define as a
as
Nazi. But
Churchill
Yeah,
in the
hopefully it would
movie
be just the
Dark Star
Germans
said
in World War II.
Nazi.
But anyway, so you're playing in this
So,
World War One situation.
anyway, dude,
Yeah.
they're calling me,
Straight
telling me
up.
they're like, "Hey, bro, we don't know what's going on." Oh, so like, and then I switched it up one night. Like after they called me, like, "Hey, bro, you can't do this shit. Like, I don't know what you're doing with these loops and shit and blah blah." Blah. Sure, like I didn't know what the crowd was like though. You feel me? I needed a couple times to get the fucking gist of it, bro. If somebody had told me before I went down there, "Hey, they just want top 40 shit, and you got to keep the people in the bar, or you're gonna get fucked up." You feel me?
Yeah.
You want to split that last little snort? Yeah, if
Is
you
this-
don't mind
it's not
pouring me a
gonna
little something, but yeah.
Be clear on the podcast, this is not a snort. It is tequila.
For those of you who don't see the video of us pouring liquor, we are not doing cocaine.
No cocaine. Yeah, y'all never heard. Y'all aren't
we're
from
the
around
whole-
here, are you?
We're the whole bump podcast. The whole 8-ball podcast.
We are not the
But
whole
have you ever
eight-ball
heard
podcast.
saying it's a little snort for a little sip of
Yeah,
liquor?
yeah, I've heard that,
Okay,
I've heard that, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
I have.
It comes from the,
Alright,
from what I understand, it comes from a snifter.
Okay, yeah,
know,
yeah,
snifter?
to aerate
Yeah,
it and
sniff-
get the
yeah, yeah,
fucking nice. Well.
Little
Anyway,
mushroom
we're down
balls.
there in World War One. I'm shitting in my helmet. No, I get the call from them, and they're
In
like,
Key West.
"Hey, bro, you can't be doing this." So we play the next day. I figure it out. I wrote a new set list out with all the top 40 hits I know, every little cool song, and I can do cool shit. Did it, killed it,
Was it
killed
like
great. The next day,
teenage-
I wake up shitting my brains out with the worst fucking parasite or some shit that I ever had, just like ruining my body. This other bar that I was friends with called me that day and we're like, "Hey, we have an opening. You know, if you do come do this, we'll pay you X amount, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Well, I got to make this extra money." And I'm like, "I can do it. I can do both of them tonight."
That sounds
I'm
terrible.
Superman, dog. I'm fucking
Did you-
Superman,
how
dog.
are you still here? How
so
are you
I went
alive?
to do this 1 3-hour gig, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not." And I'm like, I'm crying to the waitress, "Hey, I'm so nauseous and shit." Luckily, she had some magic Key West nausea medicine because apparently
Cocaine.
I'm not the first gringo to go down there and get seasick, you dig? And so I'm out on the island getting totally sick, you know, because it's a lot of tourism, so it's a lot of like just people bringing in everything, flushing it in and out, you know what I'm saying?
And you're just in this room.
And it's all
it's
the
humid.
population is condensed down there. It's a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong. Key West is goddamn beautiful. They have roosters running around and shit, and like they just run free on the streets. They're protected, so they just kick it and like they just cock a doodle doo and like fuck bitches and
do and fuck bitches. That's the life.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, fucking bitches. It's like Indian cows. Except
they're
roosters.
protected. Yeah, they're like
In
almost
Key
a
West.
sacred thing in Key West. It's a whole
That's
thing.
so weird.
Key West
Alright.
is also the owner of the most southern point of the United States as well. So
Oh, really?
they have a whole thing there that says it. That's why I know.
That's cool.
We walk
Wow.
there.
I always try to tell people who grew up here, who live here, who talk about the South. I'm like, well, I grew up in San Diego, and technically that's more South than where you are right now.
Oh, that's
like, I
true,
grew up in
yeah.
the true South.
True that. True
Y'all
that.
grew up in like the South. I grew up in the South. Like,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, my wife's even more southern than all of us from Colombia.
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 It's Colombia.
I always
You know,
say.
I'll leave it to her to correct my pronunciation.
She'll agree with me.
I always like to
I'm
say Aruba, Jamaica. Boy, I want to take you.
We're not going to acknowledge that.
Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Anyway.
Key Largo. I don't remember the rest.
Yeah, right. Why don't we go?
So how does this
Contigo,
all
why
relate
don't
to
we go?
Jut?
Yeah.
So we're down there in
I've
Key
never
West. Just basically, him and his wife came
You're
down
gonna
there and
love
stayed in the
meeting
condo on the last few days we were there.
Him and
We had
who?
about 4 or 5 days
His
left.
wife?
Him and his wife came and stayed
Alyssa.
with us. Yeah, Alyssa's came and stayed. And yeah, we played a couple shows together because I do percussion too. So I backed him up a little. We
AKA
switched
Perk.
off. We had a good time. I may have gotten too drunk one night, but that's all
As
right.
you should. As is your right as an
Anyway,
American.
this Key West thing was rough because the venue was calling me, telling me, hey, man, don't fuck up. I come back. I did a good job. Then the next day, we have a late set. I decided to take on 2 sets because I'm Superman,
and
you know?
you're sick.
And
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick as shit, and I shouldn't have been playing nothing, and I was horrible. And they called me again like, bro, what the fuck? And I'm like, I've been done feeling good. And like, dude, they wouldn't have been feeling it either if I canceled. So I'm like, I shouldn't have done the other gig. I should have told the other bar. That was a friend of mine from before who was telling me to keep. He was like, "If you ever come down here, play this place, So like, and I
So
wanted.
did the first gig end up going all right? The first one?
The first one was okay for what it was because it was
Sure.
like afternoon
And
and
you
it
had
was
the
pretty
waitress
chill.
drugs.
And she gave me some little nausea meds. You know what I'm saying? And like that was chill. And then so then played the late night gig, which is like one of the most pressurized gigs at that location where they were at because it's very densely populated and it's kind of in the middle of 2 really popular bars. So people are always constantly figuring it out. Now, if they walk by and everything sounds like shit, they're not coming in. If they walk by and there's a party going on and I'm singing the national anthem like I did many times there and people
Really?
would fill in
The
the
national
place
anthem.
and sing the fucking national anthem with me, dude.
Oh,
And everyone's, like, taking shots of whiskey.
Oh, yes. Just bop, bop, bop. Like drunker than fuck, bro. Like
And they're
people
just
were-
getting into
Like,
it.
God damn it, America!
Yeah. So they're like just getting off. Anyway, that was part of it. This was fun, bro. It was a big fun thing. My wife was like helping people come in too to the bar, like standing out front because they're a newer bar.
And just to
They'd be
clarify, when you
standing
say
out-
your wife, you mean 8_80101?
Yes, and my name is Mike, aka Stoney Banks. There you go. No. Yeah. So she was like helping people come in, like dancing. She'd like say, "Hey guys." She'd look at some group of silly dudes that are walking around, and she'd be like, "Cute, hey, come in here," And then it would people bring more people. So anyway, we ended up doing okay. But like that next day, they were really pissed off at me, man. And I was just like, "Hey, you know what?" Like, and he was like, "I don't know what we're gonna be able to pay you, dog, but we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again." And I was just, and I felt so shitty that next day.
What a shitty thing to say to someone
Bro,
who came out
I
all
ain't
the
gonna
way
lie,
to play.
dog, I don't want to talk shit about nobody, but that's what happened. And so I was like, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna fucking do my best. I understand they're not making money because of me, because I'm fucking up. I'm not doing what the crowd wants. I'm not keeping the crowd. I was sick. I shouldn't have done that. So I'm gonna take the blame, dude. I don't give
That's
them,
a real high road.
I don't give them no fault, honestly, because if I was in their
You're
shoes,
a better person than me. I'd be like, fuck you.
if I was in their shoes, I'd be pissed off at me
That's
too.
fair. That's
Let's
fair.
be honest.
All right.
Let's be
but
fucking
you were
honest.
sick.
But bro,
playing
I
reggae and they want-
didn't tell nobody. I didn't say
Sure.
nothing, So I felt I ain't gonna sit here and blame anybody but myself, honestly, for any shit that I'm in. Anyway, the thing they were like, "Hey, bro, like get it together, bro. What the fuck? I don't know what we're gonna be able to do." But I
And
got
you
pissed
did, I
off,
hope.
and I was just like, "Hey, bro." I felt better, and I knew that we could do it because we did it already with my magic set list that I made. And I was keeping the people there, I was making them crack up and dance, and la la la. Had all the songs that was like the right hits, and I knew we could do it. So I fucking was like, I'm feeling shitty all day that Saturday. Like, man, why do I feel like fucking shit? Like these people are gonna fuck me over. I don't know. Granted, I haven't said any names, so keep it like that.
Okay.
And and then I was just like, I was not feeling it. So I called him and I said, "Bro, I'm not playing tonight. Like, I don't want to play. I don't want to work for y'all if you're not going to pay me tonight. I need some money for all the gigs I've done. I need to be paid in full what you told me over the phone tonight, or a contract or something." And he said, "Man, fuck it. I'll fly you home, dude." Fine. I said, "Great. Get me the fuck out of here, dog." And he's like, "Fine." He like hangs up on me all mad. 5 minutes later, he calls back. "Listen, just do the show and I'll pay you the money." Because like if I didn't do the show that
they
night,
need
they
someone.
need somebody in there. Otherwise, they're
Yeah.
gonna make zero. You feel me?
Yeah, they
and
need
and they didn't
someone.
have nobody to back it up that would have done any better. So I knew my position. I was like, I got to get fucking paid. And I can't believe I'm saying all this on air, and I wonder who's going to hear about it and who
That's
is.
what-
But
that's
this is what the fuck
the
happened on
Tequila's
my
for.
side of the story. This is what the fuck happened. I'm not lying at all. And so he called me back. He's like, listen, dude, just do the gig and we'll pay you the money, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, is he going to have a check for me when I show up? Like the other owner that's there? This is the owner that's not there. And he's like, just go down there. You'll get paid tonight. And I talked to the other owner. He's like, I'll have a check for you tonight, man. I got you full, in fucking full. And we killed it that night. They ended up texting me back, hey, you killed it, bro. Thank you so much. You killed it. You killed it. I was like, I knew I would. You just didn't tell me before I got here
What to
fucking expect. So, like, and I got sick the other day. And I didn't tell you,
Yeah,
which
it's a
was
whole
my
nother-
fault, which was all my fault, you know. But,
but fuck
so we're
them
playing
anyway.
this gig, and that's a lot of pressure, bro, for your boy. You know, and so like this gig, I mean, we're doing it, and we're doing the same set every night, and it's killing, and it's doing what it needs to do. And then Jut flew in, so that's how we met Jut, and he ended up staying there,
Same condo.
same condo with us, Jack Frost condo. Anyway, that
Ernest
might
Hemingway
give everything
condo.
away, but that's the condo the venue had for artists to stay there and shit. And like, man, it's just so fun. It was just a funny experience altogether. I don't even want to I appreciate the experience. It was a growing experience for me. You feel me? And like, I'm not like mad at those guys at all. Like I'm grateful for it. So like at the end of the day, like it's super cool. They let you stay in Key West for free to play music. But it was a fucking gig where you had to keep the people there. You had to make sure they didn't get bored. You had to keep bringing the heat. You had to bring the craziness and like sing the national anthem and fucking do shots with them and like just, you know what I'm saying?
Just be on. 100% on all the time.
Like for about 3 hours straight without stopping, dog. Like straight up. They were like, there ain't no break, dude. It's 3 hours straight, dog. You got to bring the people in this motherfucker. It's all on you, because that's how it is down there at those bars. It's like, especially the bars that, you know, the newer places where it was hard to like, you know what I'm saying? It's a newer bar. So, like, there's established bars there that are, like, just crushing, like, no matter what. You feel me? They have great...
They've been there for, like, 50
they have decent
years.
acts. I couldn't even say they had great acts. They had decent acts. I mean, yeah. And they were just crushing. And they're right around this bar, which was always kind of changing, newer bar, you know? So, and I think they took over from some bar that had a bad reputation, so they were dealing with that. And it's just like... I'm playing in this bar every night with a fucked up sound system and just like doing my best. And that's how I met Jut, and we ended up playing in that bar and shit and like killing it. Like we ended up killing it a couple nights and playing till 4 a.m. and shit. And
So wait, he was like booked at the same bar?
right, yeah, because they need somebody every night. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was only booked like 3-4 nights a week or whatever, because I'm only doing 4 shows,
Gotcha.
4 3-hour shows in a row.
And for those of you just joining us, Jut is a future guest on the podcast, theoretically.
he's another local musician, a friend of mine. We became friends in Key West, Florida.
Yeah, if you watched last
And he's
week's, his
also
wife
doing,
was
like,
on. She was
kinda
awesome.
Quasi country reggae.
He is a country reggae.
Reggae.
He's
Reggae.
definitely like a beach country dude, and we've written a song together, and we're doing another session next week. So
That means next when he's on the show, we got to be like, so how'd you meet Mike?
I know, right? Yeah.
Make the
Which
whole
best-
show.
See
the
what his
question.
side of the story is.
Now,
See
you're
how see what
writing
he
this-
says about Key West.
He's like, this asshole wasn't pulling in the money for this bar.
he has an even crazier story, I bet you. So
Now
I'll
you
let him tell it.
You writing this song together. This begs the question: how did you write a song with the Dirty Heads, and what was that song? And tell us about that.
Wow, we never even finished that
fucking,
story.
Yeah, we
We
totally
just went off on Mike
tangent.
Frusciante, or
As we
Jean
do.
Frusciante,
Well,
and we never
fucking
got
A.
there.
Well, I think I did mention my manager and his manager were friends, and they knew each
Yeah.
other. And the Dirty Heads were in town doing a write. They were, they're stockpiling songs. You know, when you're at that, I guess that level, they're at a really high level. To me, anyway, they're a legend in the white boy reggae shit, dude. Like they're up there with Sublime, to me. And I listened to them for a long time, dude, before I ever thought of meeting them or anything, bro. So it was I was a little starstruck. I mean, but I held that shit together, dog, and we fucking ripped it. So they were in town, and they were just, they were writing with a lot of local writers and a lot of the producer there. Yeah, I think we left off. You asked me the producer's name, and I was just like, ding, blank, which is okay. Everybody will probably see that in the future. If they listen to Dirty Heads, you'll see who their next album's been produced by and stuff. If that's even, you never know what's going to happen either. They might not. I don't know. But most likely, I think that's what their plan was to go with this guy. And I think they wanted to do kind of a more organic kind of feel, because their last record was a lot of beats, electronic heavy, but it was really cool, like trap style meets reggae dub, like dub reggae, which is like more sample based, you know what I'm saying? Samples and beats and stuff. Or anyway, yeah, so their new album, they've been working in Nashville. They're going to record in Nashville, I think.
It's interesting.
And yeah, hopefully I'll get to like open for them, or become.
That'd be awesome.
Closer with them, because I really enjoyed working with them. It was really fun. We wrote a crazy song about some mermaids, like
naturally
meeting a mermaid and like getting sucked down into the ocean to a party where she was throwing a party in a shell, and her dad comes home and he's Neptune, and then he gets pissed off and he raps a couple of pissed off verses where he's gonna kick your ass. And
do you think they're going to use that song, or is it?
It's, who knows, man. Like, they were stockpiling songs, so they're going to go through all the songs. They might end up using it, man. I mean, they might
That'd be awesome.
That would be a great, that would be a big accomplishment if they cut a song that I helped them write, for sure. And yeah, I mean,
that's the thing that for our people, a lot of the people who listen to this show or watch this show are not from Nashville. And Nashville has such a specific culture that really only people here know. So I just think it's interesting for the people who are not here, like the fact that you guys got together and wrote this song about this mermaid. Like,
right?
Who knows where that came from? And maybe you could tell us.
Here, let's.
But like, it was show us for sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
But this I'm sure this song, like y'all were just talking. You're like, how are we gonna write a song? What's this gonna be about? And somebody just had this idea, and then you kind of like. You add to it. It's like in improv comedy, they call it yes and. And they're like, all right, yeah, okay, mermaid, all right, what's it going to be about?
Right,
it's like, well, what about Neptune, right? That's a thing, right?
100%.
And then you write it, and then it comes out in like a co-write. So interesting, because who knows where it's going to go. And sometimes it goes in really interesting directions. Like what you just said, like, to my ears, it doesn't sound really very commercial at all.
It's not.
Like,
either.
who would write the song?
When we were
but like, y'all were just in a mindset, and this song was written.
Like, well, it was kind of like how we got there was we had my manager and I. We've written a bunch of stuff together, and we were. Pitching them stuff, basically, like when they first showed up, because they wanted to hear stuff too. They were like, if you have anything, stuff done that you want us to hear, demos or whatever, we're listening, maybe ideas, they wanted starts, like choruses and verses and stuff. So they were like, yeah, starts, you got any starts? We're playing them our run of starts and stuff. They're like, yeah, they're not really latching on to nothing. So my manager was like, yeah, is there something y'all are missing, What
They're all fucking mermaids.
Well, they were like, he's like, you know what, something trippy, man. We're trying to do something trippy, man. And like, so I had this little idea that we had kind of jotted down one little verse of, what I'm saying, about this mermaid and shit. Like, and I showed it to them, and they just started cracking up laughing, and like, they thought it was fucking hilarious. They were like, oh, dude, can we, let's roll with that. Like, can we, let's write that one. Let's finish this story, and So we just started popping back and forth, and then, took that idea, to the next level, whatever, and made a little song, and just like a real rough demo, that day.
Sure.
And we kind of hammered it out. You know how it is, writing, and just had fun writing a crazy little trippy stories about like tripping. Summer Trippin', I think, is the name of the song, or something like that. I don't know what they're gonna name it, or if they're even gonna cut it ultimately. But if they do, that'd be great. If not, it's still great. I'm good. Like, hopefully we can get together again. Maybe I can open for them. I don't know.
So you're gonna play some of that song?
I guess. Yeah. Let me. I met a mermaid on the beach while I was breaking out on tour. She had turtles all around, they had washed up on the shore. They had guitars and fiddles, they were playing in a band. She extended out her fin and she asked me how to dance. I said, use a little fish, do it just like this. Swimming, swimming, swimming in a big old turquoise dish. And if I had one wish, you wouldn't have a tail. You'd have skinny little legs with a booty in the middle. I said, I'm tripping, ooh, summer tripping, ooh, I'm tripping, tripping in the sunlight, yeah, something like that. That's about it. So that was the idea that we kind of started with, and made more. It was like she
Well, hey,
brought him down.
maybe
deep.
we'll hear it.
Yeah, maybe not. And if not, you just heard the only thing you'll ever hear of it.
Well, we're coming up to our time here, but before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
one, I definitely what
Sorry, I see what's coming. Keep going.
you know what's coming. There's something very important we have to ask you.
Sure.
Is that
Now
where
we
you're
ask
going?
every guest.
Is that where you were going?
Yes, this is where I'm going, and it came, and I heard it.
Here,
I
I might
heard
need
it in the lyrics. Yeah, go for it. You heard it in the lyrics, right?
It's in the lyrics.
It's yeah. So
It's a very good.
this is a
segue.
question that we ask
Maybe the
every
best
guest.
segue.
Okay.
One time we had a guest we forgot to ask the question, our very first episode, and we had them back later and asked it.
Yeah, that's how important it was. We had to have them.
This is
we had
the
to
most
fucking re-interview them
maybe
just
the
for
most
question.
important question you've ever been asked. Okay.
in his life.
In his life.
Really?
Yeah,
Would
maybe.
you-
I said
could
maybe.
you defend that?
No, I said maybe.
You said maybe, but could you defend the maybe?
Well, I mean, like, there's a lot of questions out there. A lot
Yeah.
of questions come from different places, you know,
Like
from your
here's a real
experiences,
quick
from
question.
your life.
How does everybody here feel about Trump? Can we just go through that really
No, we
quick?
cannot.
Okay, off limits.
But the important thing about this question is that
I'm sorry, can we just say really quick before we get to the question?
you're ruining my vibe.
This is good for suspense. This is good for suspense. I'm just saying, you can ask at any group of people. I did this. I was in LA for NAMM recently. You can ask.
Did you
it-
ask this question?
I did.
In NAMM?
Not this one.
Oh.
In any group of people,
That's
anywhere
lame.
in the world, you can say, hey, what do you feel about Trump? And it doesn't matter what they think. Everyone's uncomfortable instantly. Doesn't matter if they're pro, con,
We're not talking
in
about
between,
that.
some different
That's the
thing.
rule of the
no
show.
one's happy. I know.
So
I know.
why
I
do you
just
keep
love
bringing it
it.
up?
Because if I do, it fucks everybody's
Like 9
mind
times you
up.
brought it
All
up
right.
tonight.
What's this
Here's the
question you
deal.
got for me?
Here's the deal.
Tell us about Trump, jury. Wait, hold on. Jury, tell us your opinion about Trump.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I would
Good
be happy
answer.
to, but
Good
maybe not on the show.
Good answer. Okay, where were you?
So here's the deal. This answer has to come from your heart,
All right.
not from your head.
This
got you.
question that
What
we
that
have.
means is what that looks like in reality is there has to be no delay from the time I ask the question
Sure.
to your answer.
Okay.
Because I want to know it's real.
You're gonna set me up, aren't you?
I want to know it's real. Okay.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Now,
Y'all got another shot over there for me, or?
I think we're out of liquor. I think
All right.
we ran out.
Great. We did that bottle in.
The whole bottle podcast.
The whole bottle podcast. We do
Nice.
have PBR on the fridge if you want a PBR.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, PBR.
let's do this question.
So,
Yeah.
if you had to pick,
And you do.
and you do,
All right. Fine.
now make sure it's from.
I got you, bro.
Okay.
I'm a very I'm a very
What would
genuine
you
person
say-
for the most
What would
part.
you say?
Now-
Okay, now,
Don't just answer this question immediately.
no,
Y'all are
immediately
really,
is what we need.
Y'all are really terrifying me
true.
right now.
That's true. That's true.
You're not the first person to say
Don't
that.
think about it. Just say it. Whatever comes to your heart. Oh, by the way, there's
the
only
by.
one fucking wrong answer.
Yeah,
Let
there-
me tell you,
I can't
Alyssa
believe we have the wrong answer
Tell
one
me the
time.
wrong
Judge's
answer so I don't
wife.
say that.
No, you can't
said
until
the
after.
wrong answer.
Until after
The
we'll
wrong
say-
answer is that's a stupid question.
Yeah, that's the wrong answer.
That's the wrong fucking answer. A real answer
Okay.
would be appreciated, please.
What?
Anyway,
So if you had to pick,
and you do.
and you do,
All right.
what would you say is your favorite kind of turtle?
Sea turtle.
Now we've gotten a lot of sea turtle.
We've gotten a lot. So
Got
it's
a
I
lot
just
of
sang
sea-
about mermaids and turtles in a
Why?
band.
I know.
Actually,
I heard the
Yeah.
turtle, and I was like,
they
this is
had
the why.
fiddles. They had
Why?
guitars and fiddles.
Why sea turtle?
Why sea turtle?
Why?
Because they're more glorious and they glide like they fly.
do glide.
They have like wings.
Okay.
They
like
have
that.
the
That's a
original
good
water
answer.
wing, bro.
We've got a lot of answers to that question.
Never heard
Sea
glide
turtle
in water wing.
is sea turtle the most common answer.
I just really don't know any
Red
other
snapper
turtles,
is
bro.
box-
Box might be the
turtle
most.
is probably
Box
the
and
most common.
snapper, I would say.
Snappers, cool.
You know what?
But
You know
snappers will take your finger, bro. When you're trying to
Yeah,
noodle
they
for
will. They're
catfish,
dicks.
you just reach down and you think you got a catfish, and it's a fucking snapping
When you're going
turtle.
gigging.
And then
Meanwhile, sea turtles, they are glorious.
Yeah, like
I'll agree.
what's his name?
they eat
Finding
jellyfish.
Nemo? The stoner turtle from Finding Nemo.
That guy?
Yeah,
I just
okay.
don't know. I mean, box turtles are cool. I used to find them in the backyard and like during
Yeah.
rainstorms and shit.
We ask everyone. The reason.
There's no turtle I don't like, bro.
Wow. You know
I
what?
like
no
all
one's,
turtles.
You know what? No one's ever answered.
I like all reptiles.
No one
actually,
has ever answered.
They're cool.
What
I'm into it.
I've always. I tried to start an illegal snake breeding business once, but that's a whole nother thing. Once. You know what? I've never heard an answer of, which I've always
very
thought.
southern.
An
in your
extreme
own way.
Christian religious thing, right?
No. Actually, the opposite is. I've always thought
satanic
if
guy.
I were to be asked that question, I would say Squirtle. Squirtle, a turtle, like the Pokemon.
I knew a buddy of mine who, so he was a drug
was also
dealer
gay?
when we were.
Go on.
He was a drug dealer when we were younger, and he had this little roommate dude who's younger and shit, and they used to bully his ass, and they
Sure.
called him Squirtle.
Oh wow!
And
So that
he
could never be your
fucking
favorite
hated
turtle.
it, and now they have like restraining orders against each other or something.
Wow.
So, I don't know. I'm telling a lot of shit on here, but
Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you?
This is
You didn't know
the
what you were walking into when you sat down here, did you?
Podcast.
no, it's really fun, man. I appreciate it, guys. It's been really fun.
Well-
But why the turtle question? Can I ask that?
Yeah, I will tell you. Actually, there's a whole story behind it.
Yeah,
It's a very short story,
Sure.
but
hold on.
you're like, where's this gonna lead?
You could tell, right? Of the two
Yeah.
of us,
Yeah.
who came up with the turtle question?
Just by looks alone. No, I like it though. That's fun.
So
though,
here's the
man.
deal: is I've been in a lot of job interviews, like most people have, and I've always thought the job interview questions are all the same. There's the same like 20 questions or whatever, and it's a variation of all those. And I thought the answers to those. You can Google the answers, the right answer to get a job. But what if someone caught you off guard? What if I was hiring someone? If I was interviewing someone, how would I want to know that's the person I want to work for me? And it's if they can think on their feet. If I can throw out some fucking random ass question and they have an answer. I don't care what the answer is. It could be a stupid answer. But as long as they can quickly come up with an answer, I know that's the person who can think on their feet, and that's the kind of person I want working for me.
You didn't think I could think on my feet after all this time?
Well, I ask everyone. And so now that we interview
it's all good.
people on a weekly basis,
Right on.
I thought, you know what? Let's ask the question.
That's cool. I like it.
And it's
the
interesting to
question
see
of
what
the
people
hideout.
think. Is the
Yeah,
question.
I got you. It's an insight
Yeah.
into the spirit of a person.
Yeah.
We just want to see what people think for real.
And I
got
think
you.
Sea Turtle goes along with his music very well.
It does with the water theme.
Maybe perfectly.
I mean, it's no lake turtle.
Is there?
Is there a lake turtle?
Snapping turtles live in the lake.
Snapping turtles do live in
And
the
they'll
lake.
bite your toes.
That's no good. That's another reason I'm
That's
not
why
going
you're scared
lakes.
of the lake.
Fuck lakes. Snapping turtle's gonna take all your toes.
I don't
People
know
on the
anybody,
podcast just heard-
for reference, I don't know anybody who's had their toes taken.
Yeah, until
in the
I
lake.
go in the lake,
You
I'll be
know,
number first one.
That's sad to say, but yeah.
right.
I
Good
know,
night,
I know more
Bryson.
people that died
Thanks.
like drowning because of boating accidents in the lake than people that got bit by any animal in the lake. So that's the thing.
But you don't
gotta
know
be
if they
careful about in
drowned
the lake,
because they were
honestly.
being attacked by turtles. Who knows?
I heard a song
Who
by
knows?
Stoney
No, definitely not.
Banks
They definitely got
where
run
he
over by
said
boats
a
and
turtle would
know.
bite your feet.
But it's about time for us
Turtles
to wrap up.
biting my feet again.
Before we wrap up, I think we should end on a song. You have another
Do you have
song
another
ready?
song?
Sure, I do have one more.
We didn't tell you how many to prepare.
I did
Oh, you did.
because I am very good at my job.
And you said 2 or 3.
I
and
said
now
2 or
we're-
3.
4, maybe 5, 4. We're on like
The
4 or
fourth
5.
has a royalty attached. Don't worry, iTunes will pay you.
Y'all are paying me in Tequila.
It's a curler.
All right.
All right. So,
I appreciate it, guys. It was really fun, man.
so what is this song?
This song's called Sunburnt and Baked.
All right. Is it Stoney Banks?
This is another Stoney Banks, yes, sir.
Just to be clear, how did you meet Chut?
No. Stop that.
In Key West at a World War I hell gig. Yeah, stuck in Key West. And then the worst part was that our flight got like totally, there was a storm. We had to stay in Miami a day. It wasn't that bad. But like, it was just like, I was ready to get my ass home at that
We
point.
had to
Yeah, I
stay
hear
in
you.
Miami.
Well, it was like by the airport with no car, and it was like, you're not doing shit, dude.
You're right.
And like, you're beat from playing
Yep.
like 15
In Key
shows in Key West. Yeah,
This
like
just sounds like really bad.
15.
You had to play in Key West and then
And
you
then
were
stay in
stuck in
Miami.
Miami.
Sounded so good at the time, everything, and it sounds good. Granted, you're
Yeah.
not experiencing it,
Yeah.
But like, and also, hey, and like I said, in my hindsight, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant experience, mate.
Brilliant.
Anyway, that was fun. Anyway, You guys are fun, man. I appreciate y'all having me, dude. And
We love having
thank
you,
you,
man.
Jut, for telling me to come through.
And thanks, Jet, for being a future
Wherever
guest.
you are, Jut.
theoretically.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't say anything that you didn't want me to say.
He's not going to listen. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true. All right, sunburnt and baked, you guys. I can cuss, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Fuck.
I know. I've been cussing the whole time. Getting tired of the bullshit. I think I called in sick today. I kinda wanna quit and go to an island and stay, yeah. But I settle for a lawn chair where I don't care about anything. A little green grass, blue sky paradise. I put some beer in my OJ, hey. I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing. I'm gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked. Well, I tell you something. It feels good to do nothing for once. And I think we all need a little more don't give a about a lot of things, but don't know what tomorrow brings. So lay back and catch that buzz. It's finally looking up. Hey, I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing. I'm gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked. Everybody needs an escape. I said, whoa, whoa. Might as well be today. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. It got me singing. I'm gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming
There
to
you
hang
go.
out at Music Row Hideout. As always, come out and hang with us next time. This was Mike Ferreira from Stoney Banks, the band.
Yeah.
I guess is what I could
Essentially,
say.
yeah. You got
Essentially,
The group.
they're releasing their single of "Float Away" on
Float
March 1st.
away. Yep.
And make sure to check that out. They're also playing locally here in Nashville on March 22nd at Twin Kegs 2.
Well, that's not Stoney Banks. That's just the Elvis.
Oh, that's
band.
the Elvis band. Sorry. I'm getting mixed up. It's been several hours.
There's a I don't know if anybody's listening now from Nashville, but there's a Bob Marley birthday party tomorrow night.
Really? That's
What?
cool.
At the end, it's a Bob Marley tribute night, and I'll be playing. I'll be doing a little medley with the
Where at?
bands at the end.
The end. Okay.
Yeah, should be pretty fun. If you like reggae, come
Yeah.
out. If you hear this right now,
But anyway, guys, check out all the links. Throw them the follows and the likes and the love. Next week we're going to be having a band that is a jazz band that exclusively plays video game covers.
I was gonna say
What?
next week is Jut,
No,
but
he's
it's not.
He's not next week. Next week is the jazz band that plays video game covers.
Man, everybody
That's
on
cool.
our podcast is wondering who is Jut.
No one's wondering that. They're all over it. But
No, this is 2 weeks of who is Jut. Okay, he is the mystery man of our show.
that's hilarious.
But anyways, guys.
plays a mean Thunderstruck.
Yeah, yes, he does. So
for
next
real,
week,
though.
video game
That's what I
jazz.
Jazz band? Yeah. It's going to be really interesting.
Bum 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 bum. Imagine 7 chords.
It's definitely very different than anything
What about
we've done
Zelda
before.
or the Dune? Are they going to play the Dune
Hope we're
soundtrack?
going to ask them now.
No.
You know what I'm talking about,
We're
right?
gonna be like,
talking
hey,
about.
could you play Dune? And they're like, no,
I couldn't
we won't
hum it,
play
though.
Mario.
Yeah.
It's dope though. I remember Dune being like some shit. Anyway,
Anyway, guys, thanks for coming to hang out as always, and we will see you again next week.
Floating feeling that you give me. Crashing waves, wildflowers in your hair. I could stay in today forever. With you vibing on this blanket in the sand. Let's float away. Let's float away, float away. Let's float away, float away. Yeah, yeah. Float away. Let's float away. You got me buzzing like 4 shots and a margarita. You sweet like cotton candy, girl, the kind I like to eat up. Run it back, skinny dipping in the water. I wanna do it all again, feel your lips on my skin, yeah. Could be like this all summer. Floating away on this feeling that you give me. Crashing waves, wildflowers in your hair. I could stay in today forever. With you vibing on this blanket in the sand. Let's float away. Let's float away, float away. Let's float away, float away. Yeah, yeah. Float away. Let's float away. You're blessed with. The fire keep on growing with every single sunset kiss, yeah. Let's float away, yeah. Let's float away, float away, yeah. Let's float away, float away, yeah, yeah. Float away, let's float away.
Give it all you got in the summertime, girl. You make it extra hot and your body rocks. Yes, it hits me like a shot. So stir it up, shake it up, pour it up, sip it up, baby, that's what's up, hey.
Floating away on this feeling that you give me. Crashing waves, wildflowers in your hair. I could stay in today forever. With you vibing on this blanket in the sand. Let's float away.